going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Shepty, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I've got a special guest today, guys. I think you know him. Let's go ahead and bring him up.
Yeah,
What
this
is up, Team Skeptic?
Well, now I feel bad. I didn't know you were gonna be on camera tonight. I thought you were gonna do your normal hide behind the. Yeah, there you go. Now I feel.
There we go. If it makes you feel better.
Yeah. Now I don't have to go look at subscriber count to validate myself.
All right.
Hey guys, hey chat. Great to see everybody. Great to see you, Colin, man. I've always watched your stuff, so it's good to be here.
I appreciate it. We've got a good show tonight. We're gonna start off with a little pet project of yours. I don't I'll let you talk about it, but we've got a Karen. And we
Yeah.
are going to be covering the essentially patient zero video. The very first video.
Case zero.
Yeah,
right,
case
exactly.
zero. There we go. Case zero.
So let me first say that that this video has been a year and a half in the making, by the way. It started out with the video you're going to see today. It's about a year and a half ago. So if you've been one of the many people who've joined the court watching scene in the past year and a half, there's a good chance you haven't seen the video that we're about to play tonight. Originally, I thought it was just a Karen acting like a Karen, and she was absolutely psycho in this. And this is from the hearing you're going to watch tonight. And she went off, and it was in Judge Lisa Martin's courtroom. And Lisa Martin, I give her credit because I've been speaking with this Karen's ex, by the way. So I have very much of an inside knowledge about this entire case. And he was saying that, Judge Lisa Martin was being too easy on her and this and that. And I was like, it's not her though. She wasn't doing that for her. This is her, the way she always is. She's just a soft judge. Some judges are real strict. Some judges are much softer and relaxed. Some are right in the middle. And Judge Martin is very, very soft. So there were a lot of people, even in my comment section, there were a lot of people saying, why the hell is she allowing her to keep going and talking like this? And you'll see it all. So, of course I put out my video. And she leaves a comment in my video. Now that I know who you are, I'll be suing you. I was like, oh, okay. Sure, you know who I am. What, Team Skeptic? Well, a year later, sure enough, she sues Team Skeptic. Who the fuck that is or whatever. That's me, but whatever. That's not a legal entity there. That's not a person.
Put Team Skeptic on the lawsuit?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk. This will be video number 3. So I have a 4-part video coming up. All right. First part will drop on Monday. This is going to be the first 4 court appearances that take part after the one you're going to see today. So today you're literally watching hearing 0, the one that started this all. So of course I get I get an email from her ex, and her ex is like, hey bro, the crazy woman is suing you in federal court. Just wanted to let you know. And I'm like, what? Let me go see. I'll look it up. Of course, it's true. So that then kicks me into another gear because I like shit like this. This reminds me of my battles with Chili.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Daniel Pratt. This is what boils my blood and gets me going. These bastions of freedom of speech that want to talk bad about the government, talk about the government's conspiratorial and this and that. They enjoy those freedoms, but don't want me to have them when I'm talking about them being idiots. So, of course, she sued me, and I'm not going to ruin the whole lawsuit. Anybody can go look it up. It's Lindsay Duneske, Duneske, v Team Skeptic. Yes, not even kidding. Go. It was. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to give you, because this is, I don't want to break away and give too much away from what's coming, because there's a grander story and there's a true victim involved. And as much as we want to laugh about it, because she is stupid, and we will laugh at her. And the ex is all on board with everybody laughing at her. Do whatever, have as much fun with this woman as you want to have, because she's a piece of shit. And over the next 2 weeks, I have 4 videos coming out. 2 of them are court appearances. It's the first 4 court appearances, and then the last 2. And then the 3rd video will be an overview of all the lawsuits that she's filed, including lawsuits against me, the FBI, Judge Tina Brooks Green, or Tina Green Brooks. I don't really know which order it's in, but Judge Tina, Judge Lisa Martin, Roseville City Police Department, Judge Oakley. Yes, we have a hearing with Judge Oakley coming up, not tonight, but on my video on Monday. And then we're going to cover those videos here as well on either Monday night or Tuesday night of next week, I believe. Is that correct, Colin? Maybe Wednesday, one of those days.
Yeah, it'll probably be Tuesday or Wednesday. Monday's members only, and I don't want to put...
Okay, yeah, no problem for that. We'll do it another day then. But we haven't planned that out. This is just coming to you guys in the future. And then, of course, I have a second set of hearings, and then we're going to live stream on my channel, and we're going to kind of play those in their entirety so that you guys can see them uninterrupted or with minimal interruptions, kind of give you a backstory or a little commentary as to what is truly going on behind the scenes with information that comes from the victim, and not just my opinion, but what's coming from the victim. I speak with the victim fairly decently regularly. I'm not going to say regularly. I don't speak with anybody regularly, but I've been speaking with him regularly to get this project put together. And it's a lot of work has gone into it, and he's had to relive a lot of fucking bullshit just to tell me these stories. And so, you know, I'm going to tell him about this live stream and that we're covering case 0. So Chuck will be listening. He'll be able to see all your comments in the side chat. Chuck in, put you Chuck space in, I believe, is his YouTube name. So if you put it in the comment sections as Chuck space in, he will see it. Okay. So if you have a message for him after you see this or while you're watching this, and when you start to feel the outrage, you let Chuck know that you feel for him, because he had to live through this. His children and him are dealing with this psycho, and it's not fair to him. You know, this is definitely one of those don't put your dick in crazy moments. I think everybody's fucking learned. I'll give you just to let you know how crazy she is. The man after her ex, she met him, a sovereign citizen as well. And Miss Duneske here is a fucking flat earther as well. Okay. So she meets another sovereign citizen, convinces him to sign everything over to him. And within 6 weeks of meeting him, he is in an armed standoff with the SWAT. He shoots at them over 100 times and then shoots himself in the face in an effort to avoid prosecution, and lives.
Oh, wow.
And is now on the run. These people exist within our society. This is why we make you aware of them, so that you can say, hey, I recognize that rhetoric. You're a sovereign citizen. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I just believe in my rights. Yep, you're a sovereign citizen.
You're a sovereign citizen. All right.
So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. And we're going to watch this video. It's a court video. It's going to be, I want it to be a little bit less interrupted, so that way, I'm not telling you don't say anything. By all means, speak out if she says something crazy, because she says crazy shit, Colin. But at the same time, I like the way you do your presentations, where you kind of let the courtroom roll. And I think it's important to tell the whole story to allow people to get an idea of what's really going on. There are a few jump cuts in there. This was from my edits. I don't have the source, but what I took out was unimportant to the conversation. So whenever you're ready, Colin, I'm ready. Chat, are you ready? Chat, are you ready? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready right now. Let's go.
Oh, I don't miss that. One in the
Me
chat.
either.
One in the chat. Put up 37 in the chat. All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're going. Everyone's putting ones in the chat. Okay. Real quick. We do have. Oh, I want to just get this out of the way before we started. Matt, thank you so much for the 9 months. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you. All right. I didn't want to let that go for 20 minutes. All right. Let's go. You guys know what to do. Hold on. Why is my video? Oh, it's my first day.
2300820M. This is Van Buren Township versus Lindsay Dineski.
Yes,
Angela
ma'am, that's
Manning
me.
on behalf of the people.
I'm sorry, ma'am. State your name for me again.
Lindsay Dineski.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter.
All right. Sorry, just pause it right off the bat. Biggin, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I
Oh, shout out
appreciate
to
it.
Biggin. Shout out to Biggin.
Yeah, Biggin is awesome. I just want to make sure I shouted him out because I am going to let this video play pretty much the whole way through. Biggin Raiders, we just started. You didn't miss anything. You missed a little backstory on what's going on, but as far as the court case is going, it just started. So
Hey,
we're gonna.
and I'll tell you like this. I'll tell you when to stop it so that I can give the audience any background information they need. But I'll do that maybe once, maybe twice throughout the whole video, just so the audience understands some of the backstory.
Yeah, perfect. Just yell. I'll hear you.
Will
Well,
do.
hopefully. Chris, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate it, bud. Okay, let's go.
Ms. Dineski, the way the court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm studying to be a lawyer. I would not need that.
That being the case, have you had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Manarino this morning?
Yes. I
Ms.
think all
Manarino,
charges should be dismissed because this is retaliatory action for asking for a child to be protected.
Ms. Manarino, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, based on my discussion with Ms. Dineski this morning, she is requesting to have the matter set for a jury trial.
I'm actually requesting for dismissal, and she insisted that I either take a plea or go to trial, but I think that it should be dismissed because it's retaliatory and it's in violation of several of my rights, Michigan and federal rights under the Constitution of both.
The recommendation from Van Buren Township, ma'am, is that they do not oppose personal bond, and that was going to be the court's intent. Set your bond at 5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this case is resolved in its entirety. The arraignment having been completed, the next step is pretrial. You've both already indicated that you've had some conversation regarding pretrial. Ms. Dineski, I understand that you have a defense that you want to present. Today is not the day and time to present that defense. If you want the matter scheduled for a jury, the court is happy to schedule the matter for a jury trial. In our interim, there's also a request that you have no contact with Charles Nerswick, Nerswick. Do you have
Okay,
any
push
reason
pause
to
right
be
here.
in contact?
Okay. Charles Nerswick is Chuck in. So when Chuck is watching this and Charles is watching this, that's who the victim is. Up to this point, Lindsay had got an ex parte temporary PPO against Chuck to keep him away from his kids. That the only reason was to keep him away from his kids. And so she had possession of the kids. That PPO was terminated. And I'm not sure at this point if he has actively had a PPO on her or if he's in the process of it at this point. But I believe this is an arraignment for a malicious destruction of property. If I know the story right, this is a malicious destruction of property that she was charged with.
What'd she do? Just like kick his door or something like that?
Oh,
Oh,
hold
that-
on. Do y'all want to see? You know what? I'll send it to you in a second. Just everybody remember this all stems from one incident, and I've got the video of that incident.
All right, yeah, I would love to play it. Biggin, what's up, buddy? Thanks again for the raid, Biggin. And yeah, you better listen to him. Team Skeptic's link is in the description. I feel like you guys are all sub to Team Skeptic already, but it is there. Okay. So are we gonna keep going, or are you gonna send me that? I'm just gonna play it now.
No, okay. Keep going. And I'm actually going to email Chuck right now in case he's off work and not doing anything That way he can swing by here and kind of follow along in the chat. So go ahead and start playing, and I'm going to email him real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Communication with that person.
Yeah, we
Oh yeah. Real quick, I owe a person a shout out. Heather. All right, had to get that out.
have children together, and he kidnapped one of our children, which
Your
is
Honor.
what I was actually calling the police about. And he has our child in danger, and they refuse to listen. And now she's gone. She's missing. So I will be
Pause
countersuing
that. Pause that.
Romulus,
Pause that.
or I
Pause
mean,
that.
I guess
Pause that. I want the crowd to know she has 2 children with Chuck. Okay, they're young. The third child is Chuck's daughter with his ex-wife. She is trying to claim ownership of his daughter with another woman. That's what she's talking about when she says Haley or his daughter. When she goes, it's my daughter. Well, I'm not the biological mother. That's what she's trying to do. And she's actively, to this day, trying to get to legally take their daughter into her possession. It's a very scary story. I'm telling you guys, there's a victim here. So, I just wanted to, so when people hear her talking about children, she shares 2 with the victim, and then she's talking about a child that she never even birthed. So go ahead.
You don't have to answer this question. You might not even know it. How long were they together?
I don't know the exact time. That would be something that I guess if Chuck ends up making in the thing into the chat, we can direct some questions to him. He's open about talking about it. He won't go into too much details that like he went in with me, but I'm sure he would answer questions like that. But let me go ahead and send that to him. Go ahead and start playing. I just wanted to make sure that the audience knew that there's different children that are involved while she's talking about it, and not all of them are hers.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's go.
would be Van Buren. And if the court proceeds with this, I will be also bringing the malicious prosecution against this court as well, because these are erroneous charges and they're retaliatory, which is a violation of my freedom of speech. It's a violation of my right to due process. So if this does not get dropped today and it moves forward, I will be filing under color of law lawsuits against Van Buren and this court in federal court for violation of rights under federal question jurisdiction. So I just don't think it would be a good use of the court's time or resources to continue this malicious prosecution. And I could quote case law, I could quote laws that Van Buren police broke. They completely ignored my evidence. There was obstruction of justice. They said there was sexual discrimination against me because I was a woman. I have all the calls recorded. I mean, it would really be a waste of the court's time. The one who broke the law was Van Buren Township, not myself.
Ms. Dineski, I said it before, and I'm not sure if you heard me or understood that today is the arraignment. Today is the
Yes,
first
but if
appearance where
I
you
could ask for it to be dropped at the arraignment. I'm allowed to ask for the charges to be dropped because they're erroneous. So my liberty should not be affected by erroneous charges. I should not have to keep showing up at court and have a bond. That's a violation of my liberty. This is malicious prosecution. Chuck has friends at the Van Buren Township. His father used to be the fire, one of the high, like he was like the assistant fire chief. So there.
This is in Michigan.
Yeah,
I
Michigan.
should have said that. I should have said that at the start. This is Michigan. This is Judge Martin. I don't remember what city she's out of. She used to be on YouTube all the time. She stopped.
Romulus, right? Is it Romulus?
That sounds right. I know she's in that area. She's friends with Judge Slavin. After I interviewed Judge Slavin, he asked if I wanted to interview her, but I didn't really know much about her, so I just said okay, and I never followed back up. But yeah, Michigan, to answer the question.
This is all in the I
refused-
think 34th district with Judge Oakley, and Judge Green and Judge Tammy, or I don't know, the other one that I mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
to listen to me. He tried to kill me, and then he took our child. And when I talked to the police about it and said that under Michigan law, he should not be with a child because he's suicidal, homicidal, and he's isolating with a child, everybody ignored me. And then they pressed charges against me for asking them to help me.
Ms. Dineski, just so you're clear, this matter is being recorded and we're streaming live on YouTube. I only say that so that you may be mindful of the things that you say. Ms. Manarino, you were starting to say something.
Yes, Your Honor, as it relates to bond, I understand that Mr. Nuski has an issue with the no contact. When I spoke with the complaining witness in this matter, he did indicate that he did not have an issue with Mr. Nuski having contact with him as it relates to the two children, that the two biological children
you
they
pause?
have in common, as it relates to any other matter.
All right. So I just got an email from Chuck. He is in the chat as Money Mike. So Chuck, let everybody know that you're out there. This is part one, I guess you could say, part zero of what you and I have already discussed. An impromptu exposure of the original video that started it all. So by all means, Money Mike, let yourself be known so the chat can empathize with you a little bit, I guess, you know? Show them some love, chat. Go ahead. Cole.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say something, I forgot. Oh, someone said, here we go. Put her in front of Judge Oakley. Oh, she is. That's in a future video of Skeptic. So he's gonna be covering it next week, and so will we. But she does get her time in front of Judge Oakley, and it's as entertaining as you think it might be.
He would not like to have contact from her during the pendency of this matter.
So, Mr. Nuski, I will ask you the question a different way. Do you have any reason to be in contact with Mr. Nurswick other than to make arrangements regarding the children?
Haley is my child. She's not my biological child, but legally she is my child. I've cared for her for 5 years. I'm the only mother she knows. So yes, I should be able to have contact with him regarding Haley because he kidnapped her legally under Michigan law. I am a parent.
Hey, no, Lindsay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She does have a mother. She doesn't need you. You're dangerous. She has a mother. It's okay. She does not need you. I'm sorry. She's going to eventually see this. She needs to hear it again. As many people have told her in her life, she needs to hear it one more time. Chat, let her know that she does not need any more children in her life, especially children that were never share no DNA with her. You may continue. I'm sorry.
It doesn't sound like she needs custody of any children, even her own.
She doesn't have. She has 5 total children. She has 0 custody.
Jesus. The
Custody
story
of 0.
keeps getting wilder.
I'm telling you, this story started out as just me covering a court case, and then I spoke with Chuck and realized there was so much more, and that people need to understand. This is why I cover sovereign citizens. It's not just for the laughs. These people are a danger, and you need to be able to understand the terminology they use when they speak, and the way to do that is to put that in front of you and in court. I'm sure this is how they speak at home, you know? So I want you to see them so you can identify it and stay as far fuck away from those people as possible.
Absolutely.
And I have as much right to her as he does as a biological parent. The court, when gave him custody, used me as a deciding factor as to why he got custody of that child. So that actually, just that particular statement shows that this is about him abusing myself and Haley and using the court as a shield to keep a mother away from a child. And the fact that he took her away from me, she's not been away from me more than 3 days since the day I met her. And he hasn't let me talk to her in 2 months. And that's extremely mentally damaging to her because she already has issues. Because when I met her, a bio mother had abused her and neglected her, and I had to work with her for 5 years to even get her to be able to be at the same level as somebody her age, because she was so behind due to the abuse and neglect from Charles and the bio mother. And now he tried to kill me. He said he was suicidal and then kidnapped our child, and then used Van Buren police to maliciously prosecute me when I tried to assert my rights to that child and my right to protect that child. So again, the only people who have committed any crimes here is the Van Buren police and Charles Nurswick.
Ma'am, the court will impose a condition of bond that you have no contact with the complainant in this case, except as is necessary to make arrangements regarding the biological children. I heard your request for a jury trial, but I've also listened to the comments that you just made, and I want to disclose to you that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. He is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the Public Safety Department, the issuing agency in this matter. But based on the comments that you've made, ma'am, I'm not sure if you wish to have this case remain here with me, or if this matter should be adjourned to Judge Green's docket, she next takes the Van Buren Township docket with a date available on April 20th for a pretrial conference. How do you wish to proceed?
Is that where I can ask for it to be dismissed?
You can make that request at every hearing, ma'am.
Well, that's what I was doing today, but you said that that was not appropriate.
Because there's been nothing received from the court other than
Yeah, there's a time and a place to ask for a dismissal, and you need grounds to do it. You can't just say, dismiss this case, I don't like the charges. It doesn't work that way.
I'm here. Can you dismiss the charges for me? No,
Yeah, could you
file
imagine
a
if that
motion.
worked?
Yeah, right. Everybody would.
Like-
It's be the commonplace.
Yeah, she found the game genie for the court system. She just plugs
Yeah.
that in, asks for a dismissal, and it works every time.
Yeah, but it actually works none of the times, as she's
Right.
found out repeatedly over and over. She's never had it work once for her.
the charges. So the arraignment is just the reading of the charges, the setting of bond, and then the scheduling of the next matter unless the parties have reached an agreement. So there's
Well, that's
nothing
what
for
I'm
me to make
asking
a
for the
dismissal on.
agreement due to the fact I was not given any evidence. I wasn't, and like I have proof that Chuck took this and tried to use it in a court to try to kidnap the biological children from me. And the court didn't grant it because it was, again, erroneous and the court saw through that. But he conspired with the Van Buren police to have these charges brought against me, and he perjured himself. The Van Buren police perjured themselves when they asked for this warrant. I was not given the information. I was not given the information as to what I did wrong. They kept that information from me. I was not properly served on this matter either. I mean, everything is completely improper in this entire case. Plus, it's erroneous and they're false charges.
Ma'am, are you requesting information from Ms. Manarino at this time?
I mean, I called and asked for information back when I first got the letter and nobody would give me anything. I've called and I left her messages, I think at least twice. So yeah, I would like to have every single thing that they use to get an erroneous warrant on me.
Ma'am, based on that, the court will make an indication in the file that you've requested discovery. Now that you've
Thank you.
requested discovery, we'll put the matter over to Judge Green's docket. That will be
April 20th at 9:20.
April 20th at 9:20 in courtroom number 3, back on Zoom with Judge Green. Ma'am,
And I would like to know why I would not be allowed to talk to Charles about my daughter, Haley. I will not abide by that, by the way.
Because
I will
it's
That's
not
illegal.
your daughter.
And I do not have to abide by.
God.
Exactly.
She doesn't understand the most basic, like, social cues. It's not your daughter. Where's the birth certificate that she has that has you as the mother? Or the legal document that says, Lindsay, you are the mother of that child. You don't have one.
I do want to make a comment about a comment someone just made, that Chuck should sue her for defamation, and I want to respond to it. Chuck might be able to. But you have to understand it's really hard to sue someone for defamation for something they say in court. I know this is blatantly false, which he may have a case to do that, but there is a level of immunity for things that are said in court. Otherwise, prosecutors will get charged for defamation all the time just for filing false charges against somebody. So you kind of have to say the other side did something to prove your point or to prove your case. So defamation isn't as easy to get out from a court case.
Did you stop talking? Hello? What happened? Hello?
Hey, this is great. I just got kicked out of my own stream.
Oh my God. I was like, was I on there talking? Because I was like, oh, hello, hello. I thought I got kicked out.
No, my internet just completely crashed for a second.
All right.
Hey,
Not a
everybody.
skeptic who normally stream fails. This is stream fail by Colin.
Right? Now I gotta find out where we were because I did not look at the timestamp. All right. Let's
Give
see.
me anything. I've called and I left her messages, I think at least twice. So
All right, we're behind about a minute from where we were. I'm just gonna let it play instead of going back and forth trying to find it. So we'll let the rest of this video play
Hey,
out. There's only about 2 or 3 minutes.
before we let it play, let me ask Chuck. Chuck, do you mind if I share the Ring doorbell footage that you shared with me, just for to make them aware? It's coming out in my video on our fourth video, but I would just like to ask your permission if it's cool that I share it right now on this stream.
No pressure either way, Chuck. I apparently I asked the right question and Skeptic was like, "Oh, yeah, I got it." All right. I'll play the rest of this out. Like I said, there's only about 2 or 3 minutes left.
yeah, I would like to have every single thing that they use to get an erroneous warrant on me.
Ma'am, based on that, the court will make an indication in the file that you've requested discovery. Now that you've
Thank you.
requested discovery, we'll put the matter over to Judge Green's docket. That will be
April 20th at 9:20.
April 20th at 9:20 in courtroom number 3, back on Zoom with Judge Green. Ma'am,
And I would like to know why I would not be allowed to talk to Charles about my daughter, Haley. I will not abide by that, by the way. I will not. That's illegal. And I do not have to abide by an illegal order.
April 20th with Judge Green, ma'am. The court will mail notice to your address that we have on file in this matter. Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
And no, Your Honor, thank you.
I do
Anything
not
else, Ms.
consent
Malinowski?
to this, by the way. I do not consent to this interaction. I do not consent to these charges. I do not consent to any of it. It is erroneous, and I will be taking legal action against this court for not dropping this today.
All right, that was it.
Yeah, and I want to point out that she cannot consent all the fuck she wants. Doesn't fucking matter, Lindsay. Doesn't matter, Karen. And guess who does consent? Chuck does. Consent to playing these Ring doorbell cams. Go ahead, Colin. Please play these. Guys, this is how dangerous this person is. I want to tell you something. In this moment, the video you're about to see, all right, does not take place at Lindsay's home. It does not take place at Chuck's home. This takes place at Chuck's ex-wife's house. When she couldn't find her kids, she convinced herself that Chuck had run to his ex-wife to hide the kids where Lindsay would never find them. So, of course, the big brain on Lindsay here decides to show up to the house and do this. Go ahead.
All right, I'm just loading them both up real quick. Are there?
It's safe.
Does
It's
it
safe to play.
I know. Does it matter which one I play first?
This is the proper one to play first. Okay, so right here, she's about to start banging on the front door with a 2x4.
Lucas!
Yeah. For everyone that didn't know, don't do that.
Okay, yeah, and
That's not acceptable.
But again, since we're talking about the big brain that Lindsay has, of course, wood is not as strong as steel. So maybe, just maybe, the kids are actually in there, and just nobody can hear the concerned mother trying to find her kids with a piece of wood. So now she goes back to her car, to get the other device that she brought along with her to make even more noise, which is a fucking brick.
Jeez.
Go ahead.
All right.
Allie, Lucas, Mommy's here. I miss you.
You need to get away from my house.
No, I want my kids. They canceled the court order. They vacated it because.
I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you right now, bitch. I ain't even working. If you're still there, you're gonna get fucked up.
They're here. No. I want my
Fuck away from my goddamn house.
Call the police.
Fine. You know what, bitch? I'll be at Pete Leanne's to holler at you, you stupid fucking hoe.
Oh,
Yes, I'm laughing about it, but to be not laughing about it, remember, there is a fucking victim in this whole thing. This woman has ruined or done her best to ruin an entire fucking family, her own family and other people's family.
how many wires do you have to have crossed to be banging on a door with a brick and saying, "Mommy misses you and loves you"? Like, are you
I see
that level of
somebody,
aggression?
hey, I see somebody in the comment that says pew pew trumps brick, and abso-fucking-lutely. And I told her ex when I was talking to him, I said, hey, I'm gonna let you know that shit wouldn't happen in Texas, man. Like,
Right.
she would have been shot by the second time she hits the door, you know. And in Texas, you have that right. Somebody's trying to break into your shit. Pew pew trumps brick, 24/7.
Yeah, it does. All right, I need to catch up on these super chats real quick before we jump to the next one. So if you have any last things you want to say about this one before we move on?
Yeah, I'll just say that, like I said, man, let's not forget that the real person out there that's like, we're all doing this from the armchair. Chuck's having to live through this shit. So shout out to Chuck, and, you know, keep your head up, Chuck. Do what's best for the kids always, and yourself.
Yeah, Chuck, appreciate you being here, man. I wish you luck. You're gonna need a lot of it with her, and hopefully, yeah. I don't know how this ends yet. I don't want to ask any questions or say anything because I want to watch it and react to it with you. So,
Oh yeah, okay, now that we're gonna stop on the Daneski part and move forward, let me just tell you guys, what you saw in the court video is basically you're gonna get an hour of that in the first video. But it's not just that, it continues on. It's so wild. And then the second video is going to be more of that. The third video, I'm going to go over the lawsuits. The fourth video, Chuck's agreed to come on and speak with me in a private conversation that we're going to put the conversation out so you guys can hear it from his perspective, not just from mine telling the story, but from his, because it's important. It's wild. What you've seen just now was the tip, just the tip. There's so much more. And I can't wait to show you. And he likes it. Like there was something he said, and when we were talking, he was like, I went back and he was like, finally, I read your comment section. Finally, more people know that she's fucking crazy. So you're gonna get, audience, chat, you're gonna get the whole fucking experience. I'm gonna lay it all right out in front of you. Everything we have, you'll have access to. That's what I'm gonna say, and then we can move on.
I cannot wait to see it. Credence of Mikey is here, and I guess it's we now have 4 members of the Fantasy Football League here. We can finally officially congratulate Team Skeptic on his win.
Oh
Yay,
yeah,
Team Skeptic.
yeah.
Yay.
So
Yay,
everybody,
Team Skeptic.
just so you know, winners are gonna win, obviously, especially the most humblest winner in the world, which happens to be me. So I just want to say, yeah, I knew I was gonna win from the beginning. It wasn't even close. A lot of people tried. I saw people making trades and stuff. Lone Wolf, he tried. But they all fucking failed.
Lone
And
Wolf
Skeptic
participated.
rules. Skeptic is the best. Put a 1 in the chat if you're Team Skeptic and you're part of the fucking winning crew that won not only in fantasy football, but also won in your lawsuit against Lindsay fucking dumb shit Daneski. Put a 1 in the fucking chat if you're on Team Skeptic.
It is sad how well that rolls off the tongue. Lindsay, dumb shit, Dineski.
I honestly don't know how I just come up with these in my head, but it does. It rolls really well. Let's just call it like that, Lindsay dumb shit Dineski.
Yeah, you and your quick quips, what you're known for, and your t-shirts. Apparently, we got a lot of
Oh,
people commenting about your t-shirts.
I just bought 10 more that are fucking badass, including a Breaking Bad one. I can't wait to show that
nice.
one off. Yeah.
Heather, make sure you yell really loud. I don't know if you
I
know
did.
this.
It worked.
I'm deaf in one ear, so she's making fun of me. Well, thanks, Heather. Chris, love your radio is very entertaining. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate the super chat.
Thank you,
Ed,
everybody, for supporting Colin, by the way. I really appreciate it, and I support Colin as well. So thank you very much from my perspective and my behalf.
Thanks, Team Skeptic. That was so sweet of you.
Take it all back.
Ed, thank you so much for the 5 months. Ed, I appreciate it. What is the most viewers you've had on the live? 1,500. When I did the Eric Martin jury trial, and I had exclusive access to that since I was backstage on the Zoom for the trial, I had 1,500 people that night.
Hey, we had 600 watching just a moment ago. That's good, man.
Yeah, no, this is.
Yeah,
I think this is. I'm gonna say the second highest, maybe the third. I don't remember what my record was before the 1,500.
Then let me say it like this. Everybody, I would love to see you back. Everybody that's here right now. So I need a home for the sources so that I can refer people to where to watch the source, without my interruptions and everything, or with less interruptions. So we're going to do this again. This is part 1, part 0. Part 1, we're going to do that live here again sometime next week. So please, everybody, be here again, because you got a lot more to see of this shit. A lot. So right now, I think, what are we doing next?
We're going to do the Eric Martin body cam footage next.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet. I've been withholding watching this so that you and I could do it live. My first time to see it.
Perfect. It's good. All right, I'm going to try to get through these real quick. Okay, so this I'm trying to think of a clever name. Anyways, this guy's name is Cheshire Cat, and he makes these names up and tries to get me to say them, and I can't. So I just kind of make names up. So this is Cinnamon Stripper Cat. Thank you so much, Cheshire Cat. I appreciate it. I'm not even going to attempt to say this one. But again, Cheshire Cat, thank you. And again, Team Skeptic Hat.
I love Cheshire Cat.
Ed, you don't remember that video was, what is that, a year and a half old? It's been over a year, right?
Old. April 17th. April 17th on my channel. This is what crazy looks like. I nailed it a year and a half ago. I nailed it. This is what crazy looks like. Flat Earth, sovereign citizen, Karen, dangerous.
Yes. We just watched how dangerous she is with a brick and a piece of wood. Eric Lucas, Chuck needs a beer fund. Absolutely, Chuck needs a beer.
Well, I say next time. Yeah, I say next time when we cover like the 3 videos, maybe we set up a separate little beer fund for them that people can throw a couple of dollars in if they want to help Chuck out.
Oh, I'm down for that. Jedi, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Darina with the 5 gifted memberships, and Legal Fiction with 5 more.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you guys so much for the 15 gifted memberships. Welcome to the new members, guys. I appreciate it. Cheshire Cat again. Colin, they're going to blame me. Oh, for my internet. Yeah. Oh, it's your fault. It's absolutely your fault. MB, thank you so much for the super chat. Love you both. Team Skeptic
Thank you.
The first YouTuber I binged. His COVID Karen videos are freaking hilarious. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, she's also anti-vaxxer and anti-masker. So.
Oh, of course. I mean, she's
on
probably
top of like everything anti-anything establishment, basically.
Yes, we can blame Misha, Chris. We'll blame Misha on that one. To the Cheshire Cat, to the big cat. Absolutely. I don't know. You were a Schrodinger's cat fan, weren't you?
Me? Yeah. Me
Yeah.
and Schrodinger were really good friends during the Flat Earth days, and we stayed good friends through the whole time up until his passing. Rest in peace.
Rip. Phil for the 5 gifted membership, guys. You guys are killing it with the gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Miss Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. PWL 7 months. That is awesome. Corky Girl, thank you for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Terrapin, best birthday stream ever. Is it your birthday,
Happy
Terrapin?
birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you for spending some time on your birthday with us. Also, I saw that it was 13's birthday earlier too. So 13, happy birthday. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but both of you guys. I hope you guys had a great day.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Another Chuck Beer Fund. All right, so we have $7. We have $7 for the Chuck Beer Fund. So when we set that up next time,
Hey, no.
someone remind me
I'll
to send
match.
$7.
Look, hey, I'll match every dollar that comes in that goes to Chuck's beer fund. I'll match dollar for dollar, up to $50. We're at 7 now. So Chuck, you have $14 in beer money coming your way, okay? Because I'll also cover the 30% that YouTube takes. So we're at $7. If you super chat, put Chuck's beer fund so we can keep track, and don't do it too much. I'm not very rich, guys. So in fact, I'm gonna say like this because I know we have a fucking badass loving audience, and I really believe in this audience. I'm gonna say they won't do it, and I'm so sure they won't do it that I'm gonna say I'll match dollar for dollar on the beer fund up to $100. So that's $130 since YouTube takes 30%. And I'm pretty convinced that nobody's gonna do nothing like that. They love me way too much to buy Chuck a beer. You know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about that. Don't do it, chat. Don't do it. Tell him not to do it,
You have
Chuck.
no idea.
Tell him not to do it, Chuck. I don't really have the money, bro.
You have no idea what you just started. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Sparkle Poots, you are awesome. Terry, thank you for the super chat. Team Skeptic does rock. All right, here we go.
That's
Beer
$9.
fund. Beer fund.
Oh fuck!
19.
Somebody put in $50. Fuck that guy. Who did that?
Oh, that's Jedi. That's Jedi.
Oh my God.
It's not a dude. It's
Fuck
not
her
a dude.
then. What though? So I think they. All right. So my bad.
I told you. You have no idea who you're messing with. when you, I have.
Okay,
well,
stop.
you know, we share an amazing community. Whenever you say something like that, you knew that was instantly gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. I knew they would do this, and I'll live up to my word. What I'll do is I'll send Chuck the $200, and then you can send me whatever the 70% of whatever came in tonight when you get paid on the 21st. I'm not worried about it.
I mean, I can cover it till the 21st. So
okay, well that's cool.
We'll figure out the math after the stream, or I'll figure out the math after the stream.
Yeah, Chuck, we'll figure out all the math at the end of the stream. Stop it, chat. You're making it really hard. We got to do 70% of whatever number you put out there. We cannot math that good. So please stop. Chuck, I hope you enjoy your beer, bro. Hey, everything you've been through, you deserve it. Straight up.
Oh, absolutely. He absolutely does. I'm gonna fly through the rest of these guys. Because I know that a shit ton just came in. So I do want to read this one off for Chris. Chris is a big supporter of Big In, who rated us. So he's requesting you stop by his chat someday. Just to
I will absolutely. Big In's awesome.
PWL $20 Chuck Beer from Jedi, $50 Chuck Beer Fund, Legal Fiction Chuck Beer Fund. Thank you, Miss Orchid. I appreciate it.
You're all going in the notebook, the banned from my chat notebook.
Yeah, right. Go Sparkle Poots Beer Fund, Cheshire Cat Beer Fund, Mary Smith, Jesus, Generous Beer Fund. Yeah, $20 Mac, Chuck's Beer Fund, Reverse Psychology Works. It does, especially when it comes from, what do you call yourself? Daddy Skeptic? Daddy
Skeptic, baby. And hey, all this is going to Chuck, not just $200. I'm just going to pay $130 on top of whatever's coming in. So.
Colin Skeptic, awesome stream. Beer Fund for Chuck. Thank you so much, Vic. I appreciate it. MB Beer Fund. Thank you, MB. Needs coffee, Chuck Beer Fund, and a PPO that actually works.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Mama, thank you so much. Todd, $20 Beer Fund. Thank you, Todd. Laura Chicago, Chuck's Beer Fund. Thank you so much, Laura. Carla, thank you. Dwight, beers. Exactly, right. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate it. Phil, the ball's in your court, Skeptic. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it.
I love it.
Team Skeptic's emergency match fund. Thank you so much, Fozzie.
If I didn't think that the chat was gonna fucking abuse me like this, I wouldn't have said don't do it. I knew it was coming.
Mayor, I absolutely agree. We have a great community. After my wife died, everyone helped out. Yes, absolutely, Mayor. It's good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. And Chris, Chuck's head over. All right. We're caught up. We're caught up. Now we can finally go to the next video. You got any last words before we go to watch Eric Martin?
No, I'm really interested in this. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm out of breath. Oh, I have to shout out to Bama
Oh.
Mike. I got this.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got this video from Bama Mike's channel. I emailed him and asked him permission to play it, and he was gracious enough to tell me to go ahead. His link is in the description. I do want to say he actually paid for this video, guys. So if you would do me a favor after this video, please click on the link down in the description. Go drop him a like on his video. He this video actually came out of his pocket. He didn't take this from another channel like I did. So if you guys wouldn't mind supporting him, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would too. Bama Mike does put in a lot of work, and this is not easy to do. Anybody that's ever gotten body cam footage, first off, you have to know of the incident to even know that there's body cam footage to get, and then it's a fucking process from there. So definitely shout out to Bama Mike. Definitely go watch it on his channel after we get done with this live stream and go show him some love. And if you're into watching body cams, I suggest subscribing. So
Perfectly said. Okay, let's go. I know some more super chats came in, guys, and I'll get to them after this body cam footage. But I do want to actually play some.
Just 1 second, because I just want to say personally, thank you to everybody that super chatted just now. I really do. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It makes me feel good about what I'm doing on here, and we'll make sure that he gets that money ASAP.
Absolutely. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's go.
You got your license with you?
No, I'm not driving, so I don't need a license.
You are driving.
Driving is a commercial term only. Under U.S. Supreme Court case, Penn Hollows 1. Only when you're carrying passengers or property for hire is someone driving. So I'm not driving, I'm traveling privately. I'm not carrying passengers or property for hire. Therefore, don't need a license under U.S. Supreme Court cases. Penn Hollows 1, there's many more that say the same thing.
All right. Can you step out the vehicle for me? Do you have any weapons or anything like that?
Yes. No, I got a knife in here.
Okay, don't reach for it. Can you come over?
Yeah, grab a key here.
Is there if I search you real quick?
Well, I'm not authorizing, but I mean, if you're gonna.
I mean,
I'm
not telling you you have to. I'm just asking yes or no. Can I search?
Enforce my right. I'm not saying yes. No. If you have no reason to do all this.
Okay, I do have a reason to stop you. Your moped's not or it doesn't have a registration sticker display. So that's the reason for the stop today, okay?
So like I said, so that's why I'm in the process. I'm gonna be getting a class action going to make that clear in the state law to understand, there's an assumption under maybe state law, but see, they don't, like I said, they don't make it clear though in state law that the U.S. Supreme Court case says this. So that needs to be cleared up, and I'm working on doing this with all the United States. I already called Jeffrey Feiger's firm to see if they're going to do this. I'm hoping to do this so this shit won't be happening. See, this shit shouldn't be happening because, like I said, the U.S. Supreme Court already made it clear. It's a human right to travel. Okay, so as part of our human right to travel, they already made it clear we do not need a license, we don't need registration, we need insurance, we need supercars, all this. So, but it just needs to be made clear, so please understand this clearly so people won't be stopped and harassed and bothered with this when it's clearly a human right to travel. It's only when, for commercial purposes, do we need a license. Like when you're working as an employee for an employer, that's only when you need a driver's license. Clear, if you look at Black's Law Dictionary, the definition of driver makes that clear in the Black's Law Dictionary in the U.S. Supreme Court case. The cases.
Yeah. Do you have an ID with you?
Yeah.
Okay, see that?
Yeah. Must I?
Yeah. I'm recording.
I don't want to, but I don't want to, refuse either one hand, but.
Okay. Okay, if you would just come over here and see on the front.
Were you saying something?
Yeah. I forgot about the chat earlier that said I had to yell. I didn't want to yell. No, I was gonna say it's been a long time since I've heard the Black's Law Dictionary argument. I don't know if that's mainly done on the side of the roads. I think that's the last time I heard it was on the side of the road. So, which would make sense. They would say that to a police officer, but at the same time, that's not the place to be making that argument. There is a time and place. Like that's an argument that can be made. It's a bad argument. It's not going to get you anywhere, but it's an argument that can be made. It's just not an argument that should be made on the side of the road with the police officer when you have your little training wheel bicycle right there. Like, do
Scooter.
that shit in court. You've lost several times. I don't understand why he doesn't get it after he's lost several times.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see him not in his, like, I don't know what color, what shade of green that is for his jail jumpsuit. So
Yeah.
so used to seeing him in that color. It's like, what? I mean, it's kind of
No,
bright. I don't know. I feel like I should be wearing sunglasses when he's wearing an outfit.
I'll be
like
honest
that.
with you. This is the clearest I've ever heard him talk. Every
Right?
single time is a broken internet or from the echoing jail cell.
Maybe we just need to purchase a police body cam for him so you can just wear it at all times, and then we'll just get the content from him. Don't give him any ideas. He would absolutely be up for that. Okay, let's move on.
Woody, can you stay with him? He also says he's a fanny pack.
Okay.
Just for self-defense and the job I work in technical.
What I'm gonna have you do, just so that no one rear ends our car, since you're sitting at the front of it, I don't want you to get hurt. Why don't you sit down on the curb? Because if you get rear-ended, or our car gets rear-ended, you're gonna get killed. Why don't you sit down for a second? That way you're off the roadway.
Yeah, I'll just stand. That's okay.
That's
right?
fine.
All right.
So do you know what he's doing on here right there?
No, I don't, because then maybe oh my shot. I don't know, I think underneath here or something
Lord Wolf, team is wearing those shorts right now. That's why he didn't want to be on camera.
You know it, baby.
Absolutely.
Those are classic. I'd rock those.
I have no doubt that you would rock those. And you'd
I'm
probably
gonna wear those.
A, B,
I'm gonna
C,
wear
D,
those
E,
in
F, fuck
China.
you.
I'm gonna take my A, B, C, D, E, F, fuck, or E, D, what, C, D. I know my alphabet. C, D, E, fuck you.
Letters are hard. Letters are hard.
And no, but letters combined with words, yeah, it gets a bit difficult at times. But I'd rock that in China. That's where I'm going to China in a couple weeks, guys. I'm rocking Eric Martin shorts there.
Perfect.
Bet I won't get arrested for looking like a dumbass in fucking public.
You might there.
some type of dent piece might be the metal right there, something in there. Certainly not as filled as mine has been. I've been in prison 24 years and sitting in the ground. It's an 87 model, but something under there, see?
Do you know how many cc's it is?
It's 49 or 50, one of it.
49 or 50. Okay. Alright. Could you have them just stand over there again?
Yeah. Come on back here, sir. What's your first name?
Eric.
Eric? Alright. You said you've been to prison before?
Yeah.
How long ago was that you got out?
Over 2 years ago or so.
2 years ago and out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for nonviolent stuff, right?
Alright.
I was a jailhouse lawyer, and that's why I know a lot about this.
Okay. So you're actually incorrect. I'm one of the training officers here, and I'm extremely knowledgeable in laws. In fact, I can cite case laws where most police officers will not. Mm-hmm. What you're talking about is not a case law. That the most recent U.S. Supreme Court, and you all know that U.S. Supreme Court is the rule of the land.
Top dog, right?
Wren versus U.S. Wren versus U.S. dictates that anybody operating a motor vehicle that commits a motor vehicle violation under state code, local code, or even anything else is eligible to be stopped and must produce a driver's license. Anybody that doesn't produce a driver's license can be placed under arrest for no operator's license on person. I'll cite you penal code after penal code after penal code. I can cite you case law under state, local, federal, whatever you want. Anything you want. Wren versus U.S. is a thing that applies to all motor vehicle codes in the entire United States. You must have a driver's license. You must have your vehicle registered, and you cannot operate a motor vehicle anywhere in the country unless it is all properly registered, properly insured, if that state requires insurance. Period. End of story.
Okay, now
Wren versus U.S. WHREN versus U.S.
Even the term motor. Okay, I haven't read that case, but the term I already know they all use the same.
You can't use a dictionary.
Motor.
You cannot use a dictionary.
Not regular.
You cannot use a dictionary.
Black's Law dictionary. That's what the courts go by.
You cannot use the dictionary. All case laws define in the case themselves what a motor vehicle is, what a driver's license is. It's all defined in case laws. You can't use some random dictionary that you have.
This Black's Law and Bouvier's Law Dictionary says what I said about the definition of a driver.
Doesn't matter what
strictly
Black.
commercial, and even the motor vehicle, that term in itself, that's strictly a commercial. It's only when you're doing a commercial as an employee. Yeah, that's what the U.S. Supreme Court in Penhollow. Look up Penhollow, and it says that there's many more cases.
Defines what motor vehicles are.
It's strictly commercial.
No.
Yeah, I already know.
No, you're wrong. Okay, and so what I'm trying to tell you is that I want you to be educated on the law, and it's not too often that I run into people that do cite case law, but you're incorrect in it. You're incorrect. Okay, I don't mind I tell people the law all the time. I like doing it, especially when someone's educated on it. But right now you're not educated correctly on it. So I'd rather have this conversation so that you, from going forward, know the law, cite the case. It's perfect because we all got to abide by the same thing. Wren versus U.S. You got it.
I got it download. I download on my Facebook page. What? See Facebook. Okay, there's me, right?
Yeah.
Boom, look. Where'd it go? I download some of these videos and these case all these sites where they say straight from the U.S. Supreme Court. Now these are my download videos. I'm trying to find it where it says specifically that the whole driving thing and the motor vehicle, that's a term that's commercial only, because it's a human right to travel. It's under the Due Process Clause of Michigan Federal Constitution. And the U.S. Supreme Court already said states have no right to dictate requiring for a license. It's part of the liberty, the right to life, liberty, and property without due process.
Versus U.S.
This is Taylor, Michigan. This is the Taylor Police, and I mean, I think the city is Taylor, right? Or is it just considered a township? I don't really actually know, but
I think I've heard Judge Shackelford refer it to the city and Slavin, the city of Taylor.
Okay, well there you go.
Also, there's somebody, Legal Fiction, asked a really good question. Asked if I was here by special appearance, and the answer to that is actually no. Tonight, I am not here by special appearance. Tonight, I am the authorized representative of the entity and the estate known as Colin, definitely not Cromwell, and all straw men attached. Thank you.
Yep. Are you here under threat and duress?
Every fucking day. Goddamn death chasing us every day. I'm under threat and duress. I'm moving around.
Oh, fair enough. I'm well aware. Andy's in the chat, so you know BSBT, don't you? We don't need to give him any time. So let's just keep
that guy's
going.
dumb. I have the funniest story about that guy. Let me tell the story real quick. That guy
fucking
one time, just real quick. I was watching one of Kate's streams, and BSBT went up, and Kate wasn't there. It was just being run by some of the other people in her little group, and he started making a complaint saying that CPS should have taken my children away during a winter storm because first off, I only had one child. He said he should have taken his child away, and I was like, CPS wouldn't be taking my 20-year-old child away from me, who's living there voluntarily on his own, who fucking was going through a winter storm with me. But it was just so funny. He was so adamant. Like, he was like, they have advocated for me losing my children, and here they are. They're like, nobody says anything when Team Skeptic and his child don't fucking, Team Skeptic makes his child sit through a winter storm in the house. And I was like, my child's 20 years old. What are you talking about? CPS, take my fucking child away from me. But it's just a show. He's just a dumbass. Like, he has as many brain cells as he has teeth.
On that note, we'll keep going. BSBT. I mean, you're the one who jumped in here, so there you go.
I never read that one, but
you need to read it before you start citing incorrect.
But I know it ain't no different from the rest of the cases that already made the law clear that we don't need we don't need a license when it's non-commercial. Only when you're an employee.
Do you need a license?
I will spell the case for you. W-H-R-E-N versus U.S.
W-H-R-E-N
versus U.S. Ren versus
I'll
U.S.
check it out, but...
Okay. So that's why we are stopping you. You violated a Michigan Motor Vehicle Code law, and that's why we're having contact with you. Okay?
But I'm in my rights to travel under the U.S. Supreme Court case law.
You are required by state law, which is governed under Ren versus U.S., to have your vehicle properly registered, because the state of Michigan is allowed to create laws, as every state is allowed to create their own laws as long as it doesn't conflict with federal law. And the state of Michigan, just like every other state in this union, has required a registration for all vehicles. You must register your vehicle, regardless of whether it's commercial or private. You must register your motor vehicle.
The reason why they didn't, and the U.S. Supreme Court is writing this, because see, it's just as a money thing. People want to make money off our right. They're trying to turn our right to travel into a privilege, but it's not. See, right to travel. So the term motor vehicle means every description of carriage or other contrivance, whatever, propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes, commercial, keyword, on the highways, and transportation of passengers of property or cargo. The term used for commercial purposes means the carriage of persons or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business, or other undertaking intended for profit.
I'm familiar with what
USC,
you're saying.
that's the federal statute, section 31. Not that's more. I'm not done. That's a federal statute. We're going to go more.
Look up Ren versus U.S.
But first, let me go on right. This is, again, this is license. Look, travel by right. No one may be required, this is the U.S. Supreme Court talking.
You're not going to convince me.
No one may be required to obtain a license in order to speak. Thus, the state.
Did you tell me to pause?
Yeah, a moment ago, but it was just in relation to what he was saying. So I did a lot of research on this, and anytime they say that when they bring up a definition that's in the that's part of like the U.S. code, USC, not UCC. UCC is something completely different than the United States code. There's actually crimes you can commit that are United States codes. So when they're defining what like a crime entails, right? So let's say you're driving a child across the border. You know, you're kidnapping a child across state borders. Let's say that's a federal crime, right? So they begin to define what a vehicle is, because they can't necessarily charge you with driving a child across state borders if you walk the child across state borders. You know, so the law has to be very specific, because if it's not very specific, people find loopholes to get out of things. This is how laws get rewritten and whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So when he's saying this is what the definition of a vehicle is by this United States code, if you go up to the top and you look at where he's getting his definition, it will always say these definitions are to be used in this section. So every little subpoint within that section that mentions the word vehicle, they're not talking about someone's private property. So you can't, the federal crime in the case where they're talking about carrying commercial items or whatever, you got to be in commerce. They're usually referring to a commercial crime that's a United States code crime. So when in the United States code, it will define the vehicle as something that's carrying commerce, because to qualify for it to be a federal crime in that instance, it has to be a vehicle in commerce and not your personal vehicle. Your personal vehicle, you'd be committing a state crime or whatever. You know, this is why they define things the way they define, because in that section, that definition has specific meaning, and it doesn't mean the same thing in other definitions. Go look at the U.S. code for impounding a car, because they have to have a code. They have to say, this is what's going to happen. This is how we take a car in a federal crime. Go look at that U.S. code. And then you go up and you look at the top at definitions. And in definitions, it says commercial vehicle. This is to be impounded. The definition of vehicle is blah, 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 blah in commerce. And then you look above that, and it says in this section only. Go ahead.
So what you're telling me is sovereign citizens cherry pick things to use them when they're out of context.
Yes,
so that's
but to the average person, if they look it up and they see the meaning of, if they see that in the USC, it can spark something in them that maybe sovereign citizens are actually, right to some extent. And they're not. They're wrong. And they go to jail and they ruin lives. And, look at Eric Martin's family. You know what I'm saying? He ruins their lives. This is what sovereign citizens do.
Yep. Bad information. All right. Let's finish. We still got a little bit left, I think. We're only 21 minutes into this video, just so you know. So the video containing the first clip we watched, this body cam, and then the software I have after this. We're 21 minutes into it, and we're an hour and 10 minutes into the stream. We're awesome. All right.
My bad. That's me. I'm sorry. I talk a lot, guys.
No,
Chat, put a one in the chat if you want me to shut the fuck up and continue on. Everybody put a 1.
Put a 2 in the chat if you're having a great time and you don't care how much we pause. See, we're gonna get 2s now. Okay, let's go.
Can no more license the appellant's right to travel in his automobile. See, automobile is different than motor vehicle. Automobile is when your personal, vehicle, not motor vehicle, which is commercial only. So automobile. See, it's these word games. They're tricking us on, or they're not making clear, and a lot of us don't know. So automobile. Then it could
versus U.S. doesn't make it clear.
Then it could license his right to print or to speak, for they are all inalienable rights. That means can be taken away. Thomas versus Collins, U.S. Supreme Court, 1944. Okay, see? So the license to, right to travel. And that's not the only one. There's more here.
So when Wren versus U.S. is decided after that, it trumps it.
Wren didn't. No, there's more that after this. Don't believe me. There's more U.S. Supreme after this. I'm trying to find it. There's more. I know.
Until you read Wren versus U.S., it's not going to mean anything.
Wren never said the human right to travel has been took. I bet you that. I know it.
You don't know anything about what Wren says.
It hasn't. But I know it hasn't because it's part of a constitutional right. Like I said, the right to life and liberty. That liberty they're talking about, that's just part of the liberty, the right to travel from here to there. Not be dictated, you got to get license. We want to make money.
When
Some
a traffic stop
scumbags.
is affected, what amendment is it under?
14th, under the federal Michigan Constitution, due process.
Search and seizure.
No, the right to life and liberty without due process of law. This falls on the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
You're right. On a traffic stop, you're seized under the 4th Amendment. When you have a traffic stop.
No, see, I'm saying the 14th Amendment dictates the right to the people have life, liberty, or property, okay? That liberty, separated liberty, that freedom, that's where the right to travel falls under that. To travel.
Clear.
Yes, then there's also a human right under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. To travel, not being dictated by a human. It's like you can't license you to walk from here to here.
That's true.
Would that be wrong? That's why, because it's the human right to travel.
No, that's true. You are correct on that.
Just like a motorcycle, a car, none of that. Because
that's wrong.
No, because that's trying to turn a right into a privilege, and therefore just some scumbags make money off of the things. They're making millions of dollars. Get a license, registration, insurance. Why? Because some scumbag wants to make money. Yeah, that's all that's going on. But think how wrong that is, because someone is trying to dictate you.
They need to make that money.
You know what I mean? To turn a right into a privilege and make money off your right to travel. That's
I'm not going to debate on what the intent is behind it, because I'm not diving into that. What I'm diving into is I enforce the will of the people. The will of the people have governed that this law states.
I like how the chat has to tell me to pause. I'm guessing they can hear you talking and I can't.
Yeah, I guess you can't hear me talking.
I cannot hear you talking.
Is my volume okay in the chat? I'm sorry if it's a little low. I can turn it up. But I was gonna say, like, this is something that sovereign citizens will never understand. Okay, they see the licensing and registration as just some method of taking money out of your pockets. What they don't see is that when they drive down the road, there's no potholes in the road. That when the pavement starts cracking and starts wearing down, new pavement is put down. They don't see that. They just imagine that it magically appears or it just never goes bad. They live in their home. They stay in their home 90% of the time because they don't have any money, can't get out because they can't get jobs. Every sovereign citizen we talk to, none of them have jobs. But they don't understand how society works. They don't understand that we need things that are regulatory first for safety. And, when it comes to registration, it's not just to know who's behind the wheel of a fucking death machine, but it's also to help keep the roads safe. To keep them fucking, they just don't get it. They don't see that.
Yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, I was sorry, I was reading chat. I was only half listening to you. I'll be completely honest.
Oh, that's cool. I had some important shit to say. You could have learned something really valuable in life, but guess you missed it.
I heard you talking about cement and staying in their houses and not having jobs. Like, yeah, no, that's right. That's right. That's right. All right, let's go.
Hey, so basically, I just want to say this one last
That's only when you're driving. Driving, it's only when it's commercial.
That it's their right, and they're not infringing. That they can't be infringed upon their rights to do things. Well, they're infringing upon our rights to travel as well when they go put potholes in the road, or they contribute to putting potholes in the road without contributing money through registration. They're ultimately, in the bigger picture, they're infringing on the society's right to travel down those roads and to be able to enjoy the liberties that he's saying that he is guaranteed by the Constitution. So they are, so by definition, he is infringing on our rights by his fucked up view of what rights are.
Yeah, you're right. I've made that argument before too. Especially when they said there's no victim, driving without a license is a victimless crime. It's like, yeah, no, I've used that exact same argument. So it's like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Thank you so much. You know what? I don't know why I just brought that up. I'm so used to just clicking on it right away. I'll grab all the super chats after this clip. I know there's a couple to get to.
It can be not when you're like me. I'm not driving. I'm not commercial. I'm in my right to travel privately, non-commercially. Sure I am. The U.S. Supreme Court said it. So remember, this was supposed to follow it.
Ren versus U.S.
They didn't say. I bet you got to look at the definition. They said. Did they say they only have to do it when you're driving, right? Yes or no?
I've read it.
Okay, you got to look in the term.
I'm encouraging you to read it.
Driving it. I will read. I read all of them.
Until you do, we can.
But I know it has
a moot conversation.
But I know. See, what you're probably not understanding is that definition they're using driving. And you gotta look at the term what driving means and what motor vehicle. See, I just showed you what motor vehicle means under the federal statute?
Right.
18 U.S.C. section 31.
You're citing older case laws.
This is a federal statute.
You're citing older case laws.
Well, that wasn't old. That don't mean it hasn't been overruled, though. It's still current case laws now that say the same thing.
Ren versus U.S.
Number 39.
Because they would violate the human right to travel. They even did it. They're not going to. I know it. No.
Here's an example of it.
Right.
Just like any other case law, like when segregation was allowed, and then there was case law that was generated that overruled it because it was the most recent case law. Then that case law overtook everything.
Well,
when Ren versus U.S. overtakes a previous case law, the case laws you're citing, then your case law has now become a moot point.
No, listen, just because there's a newer case law, it only supersedes it and makes it no good if they overrule it on that area of law. But just
trying to debate case law with me.
Stacey, I was thinking that same thing. If he's going to carry a tablet around his neck, why doesn't he turn that thing in for something with a better microphone? I'm tired of hearing fuzziness come from his phone every time he calls into court. Maybe we should. No, I'm not going to say that. People actually will.
I studied law 26 years.
Oh, there's no way. This guy's literally, he hasn't memorized. He has
He has some stuff memorized, I see, but he's wrong in saying just because the case is like this 1944 case, I decided I have a right to travel, right? Okay. It's a human right. And I just showed him 1944 U.S. Supreme Court case. And he said he just says some other
cases. He says he has the right to travel based on a case on a statute from 1944. But I said Ren versus U.S. has trumped that.
No, not the statute from 1944. The statute, I don't know when it was decided, but it's an 18 section 31.
Yeah.
That makes it clear the motor vehicle is strictly, that's a term that's commercial only. I don't know when that was decided. It's the
Ren. We're standing here. We got time. Right. My partner's doing stuff. Look it up. Ren versus U.S. I told you how to spell it. Read it. It's a long decision. Yep. Look it up.
But I know there's several other U.S. Supreme Court that's current anyways. Like,
if Ren was not the most current one, I would cite the most current one. And if
Are you trying to talk?
Yeah, but don't worry about it now, because I was going to say, see which code that he's citing, and I'll prove my point. I'll prove my point exactly what I said without knowing what code he's citing. If we can either somebody go, somebody roll the video back a little bit and find it, because I know it was about 30 seconds back, so I don't want you to do it. We'll keep going forward. Somebody in the chat will find it. Tell me which code he's citing. I'll look it up. I'll prove my point that I just made a few minutes ago. I'll prove it right here that I know exactly what I'm talking about. without knowing what he's claiming yet. I just know what I'm talking about.
So do you want me to keep playing, or?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to cite the code again, but I'm sure somebody else in the chat will go back and find out which USC he was citing. And I'll look it up right as soon as somebody points it out. I'll go look it up.
If it changes Ren, then I wouldn't even cite Ren. Ren is the most current one.
Well, it might be current, but you gotta understand the area law that you decide.
It is the applicable one.
All right, sir. I'm gonna get you on your way here. You're getting citations. I think we can both agree that with some parts of the law we disagreed on, and maybe some parts maybe we did agree on. You know, like I asked to search you said no, and I respected that, right? Okay, so you're getting a citation for driving unsuspended. You're getting a citation for registration violation. Moped of this size has to have a moped registration. In Michigan, you only have to have a moped registration. It's like $15 at the Secretary of State, and you actually aren't required to have insurance on a moped.
I'll win this in court. Remember I told you now, I will win this in court because the U.S. Supreme Court supports me. So hopefully you guys
pause it real quick.
I will win in court.
All right. So 18 USC 31. Somebody pointed it out. That's the exact one. They all cite this. Everybody go look at 18 USC 31 when you get a chance. It's titled Aircraft and Motor Vehicles. Destruction of aircraft definitions was where he's pulling his definition from, okay? So let's look at section 32, destruction of aircraft or aircraft facilities. To section 33, destruction of motor vehicles or motor vehicle facilities. So they're talking, Eric Martin, about commercial vehicles and commercial vehicle facilities. Penalty when death results, imparting or conveying false information, drive-by shooting. Vehicle at international airports. Again, commercial vehicle. So if you were in your private vehicle, you couldn't be charged under this code, dumbass. All right, sorry. Keep going. Violence at international airports, 37. 38. Fraud involving aircraft or space vehicle. Again, space commercial vehicles. When we start flying up there in our Toyota Camry orbiters, is not going to apply. All right, traffic signal preemption transmitters, aiming a laser pointer at an aircraft, unsafe operation of an unmanned aircraft, commercial motor vehicles required to stop for inspections, and finally, operation of unauthorized unmanned aircraft over wildfires. Point out, sovereign citizens who quote 18 USC 31. Point out in there where it tells you that you have the right to drive around without a license. I'll wait. I'll wait, because that definition applies to chapter 2, part 1. That's it.
I mean, even if you get your car to space, you might still.
I'm getting a little worked up, guys. I'm sorry, but this is what I do for a living. I study this shit, so when they use it, I'm like, did you not go read? Did you just hear somebody say it and repeating it like Eric Martin is doing right now? Did you get that and then put that in Google and then it popped up and you went, wow, he's right, and just stopped there? Then you fucking are in the position you're in because you put yourself there through what I would say intentional ignorance of the law. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. I told you I was right, chat. Told you.
I got nothing on that.
Hey, anytime they say it, go pull up the code. It's not like this just in 18 USC 31. It's like this in all of the US codes. So if they say this definition in this USC under this section, then you go, oh, really? Let me see that. And then you go one step up. So that would be section 31 would be definitions. You go one step up and you would see 18 USC chapter 2. And it says the definitions apply to everything in that chapter. Then you ask yourself, does this apply to anything in that chapter? If not, then the vehicle definition does not apply neither.
You know what's funny? When you started talking, BSBT magically disappeared from the chat.
Yeah, he's got a dinner to drink. I'm sorry, that's rude.
that was, yeah, we'll just keep it at that.
So it's like The U.S. Supreme Court supports that I have the right to travel. We all do in our cars. We need to stop paying for insurance for a car. If we're not traveling.
I understand your argument. I just disagree with it.
Right.
All right. But so, I mean, since you are getting a citation, then you have this incident documented for yourself. You got to take care of this within 14 days at the 19th District Court of Dearborn. There's the phone number right there. Legally, I have to tell you not to drive. I'm not going to stick around here.
I'm not driving. Driving is only a commercial term. And that's what we got to get clear on. Driving is commercial only when you're an employee working for an employer. The U.S. Supreme Court's cases made this clear. This is why, look, I'm going to get an injunction in the court where they're going to order all police officers meet me in harassment. This is why I'm already in the process doing this, so I don't be harassed. I already had this in place. I already contacted Judge Flag, like I said. There's be an injunction I'm going to get. All United States cops will not harass people about their right to travel. They're supposed to be asking, are you driving commercially or are you traveling non-commercially? I'm not traveling. I'm traveling non-commercially. Okay, and I'm not supposed to therefore not ask about your ID, driver license, none of that. So
I got you.
I'm going to get an injunction to make this clear in conformity with the U.S. Supreme Court case law. And yeah.
Did you just get out, or was it a while?
No, it's been like 2 years or something.
Okay.
I've been out for a while, but this is why I was.
I know. Probably one of the reasons you're probably a little bit more frustrated is like your driving test is suspended, which makes it tougher.
I'll hire a lawyer actually to get. Go ahead.
I don't know if you're that interested, but they did change some of the stuff recently to make it easier to get licenses back. I mean,
it's probably why people in the channel like obviously maybe I don't know. But,
so they changed some of it. You might want to look into that. Maybe you're not interested in that, but that's one option. I do understand your arguments. Just let me finish what I gotta say, and then me and you both can leave this situation. Okay? I have to advise you not to drive that, and now we're going to leave. Okay?
Look, no other mode of transportation. I go to work all the way to Detroit. It's ridiculous. I'm 47. I'm being, harassed by this but that's what I'm saying. I know I'm really within my right, but that's why I'm going to clear this up with the court and have the court order you guys and everyone, all the police officers.
You do have your day in court.
Right. Right. So, but like I said, I just want to ask that you guys look at
R2, can you show me on a follow at 1421 Riverside, checking for the vehicle?
Statutes might make it clear too, but driving is strictly commercial. It's only when you're driving. It doesn't apply to someone unless they are employees.
I understand your argument.
Why are we still having this debate right now?
I was talking to him, debating and having fun all the time. He was doing his thing here so that he could use his name uninterrupted.
I'll look it up.
No, it's just look at this. Just look around. There's like bugs like this. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. One got in my car and had to.
I understand this, some of you guys don't care about, but it is really the law. That's what I'm saying. This is why I was going to wait until I hired a lawyer to get my license and all this, so I don't have to deal with this, right? Then I learned the law on this. After that, I said, well, you know what? Well, after that, I shouldn't be scared.
Hey, let's go pull over that patrol car.
Hold on.
But at the same time, I want to lighten you guys on this. But
you guys got to run.
I showed you.
Ready? House on fire.
You can win $1,000 a day for life. Wait, every single day? Yeah. So I start lucky Mondays. Get $1,000 every day for life. TGIN, baby, and every other day too. Daily Monday through 3 years and online at oilg.ca.
I don't know what's going on right now. I don't remember this part. I really don't remember this part. I think it's almost over though. But we get to listen to a commercial. Someone's making $1,000 a day. That sounds nice. That's a radio commercial. Real quick. So everything you just said, all the knowledge that you just threw after we were talking about the subsets. And I made the comment about BSBT disappearing. When you throw enough knowledge at somebody, this is how a subset was going to respond to you. Yeah. Like sure. He didn't have another response, so it was like, hey, he's taller than you. I don't know if that's true or not. Who cares if it's true or not? But good comeback, man. You're on top of it. Also, he did have a response. He did respond with something, some kind of nonsense. But I don't know if you noticed what I did just there. I just took what he said out of context to make him look like an asshole. You know who else does that? Stop Sits. There you go, BSBT. That's exactly what you do with my videos. All right.
Save $1 on the frozen entrees, now only 80 cents. Walmart. Save money, live better. See flyer for details.
Country's innovation. Transform your bedroom to a sleep oasis.
Designed
with massage features and bedroom.
Okay, we're en route for the fire. Woo!
Wait around for the fire. Woo!
That's not what I think is funny. I thought that he did not win his case in court. Yeah,
He did not win his case in court.
Yeah, he did not. He also set a speed run for having a bond revocation. That was amazing. It's like, all right, look, we're gonna release you on your PR like you requested. We just need you to stay away from that one place that you keep going back to. Then I refuse to. He's like, I've lived there for 47 years. How can you tell me I can't go back? Well, he just did. Well, I'm not going back. Okay, bye. Oh, stay in jail. He did it to himself.
I know. I'm releasing you on your PR bond. Okay, bond revoked. That was pretty much how it went.
I mean, look, regardless of what we want to say about Eric Martin, he looked in this video where he was talking with the cops like he enjoyed his freedom. Then he went to court and acted like he doesn't. Like, oh shit. Jail food is way better than the fucking cockroaches I'm eating back home. Fuck yeah, here. No, I'm gonna go there if you let me out. So why don't you just keep me in so I can keep eating this free bologna?
I did get a couple comments on that video that he wanted to stay in jail. Like a lot of people thought that he did it on purpose to stay in jail. I didn't see it that way. I thought he was just arguing
I know
with his...
people like in the times that I was locked up, there were people that were like better off in jail. You know, life was shitty for them on the outside. They just would rather be there. So if that was his mentality, then did an expert job of ensuring that he doesn't enjoy freedom.
He's going to be time served in about a month, though. He's been in jail for what, 40 days on a 93-day misdemeanor?
I don't know.
I mean, he's going to keep pushing his case back, and he's going to end up serving more jail time than he can max out on the case. What happens when that happens? You were in jail for 100 days on a 93-day misdemeanor. Do they just let you go?
I would assume because they've got to get a I don't know, because they need to get a disposition. But you can't. I mean, that's a good question. That's an answer I don't know. Like, chat, do we have any judges or lawyers out there that would like to answer this question for us?
We have a few lawyers. I'm pretty sure someone's already.
Oh, I know. We got a very highly intelligent audience that will go and find out like before we can postulate about it. But audience, what would happen if you're in jail for 93 days and you're refusing to move the trial forward and you're refusing to allow yourself to be bonded out? What would happen when you hit your 93 days? Would they just get a disposition of guilty? Would they keep you in and just say, fuck, this is every day over 93 days is an extra day you accredit for the next crime you commit because you're going to commit another one? Like, what happens there? I honestly don't know. Ask BSBT. Right. He's a legal expert.
He'll know the answer to that. He's probably got come close to that. I shouldn't say that. I don't know that. All right, let's fly through the super chats real quick. Jane Doe, that's a very, very generous super chat of you. And thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really happy. Hold on.
I miss Jane Doe. She's been a supporter of mine for since I started. Honestly, maybe one of my first 20 supporters, people that reached out to me privately and supported me. So much love in my heart to Jane Doe. I wouldn't have been able to get to the point I'm at now without her support at the very beginning of my career on YouTube. So it meant a lot to me, and I'll never forget you, Jane Doe. Thank you very much.
There you go. I can't top that, so I'll just say thank you again. Yeah, I don't know. Urbex? I don't know. Hi, am I? Good to see you. Thanks for the super chat. Beldy, $10. FY, the Fourth Amendment was ratified in 1868. Cars weren't invented until 1886. The right to travel exists independently of motor vehicles used and even preceded their existence by 18 years anyway. Winky face. Thank you, Beldy. Thank you for that. And wait, hold on. I had to have missed some. I had to have missed some because there was like 4 or 5 that came in right at the end, right before at the end of the last time. So I'm just gonna go back a couple. I don't want to miss anybody. Kelly for the beer fund. Thank you so much, Kelly. I appreciate it. Phil, thank you everyone for the donations. Oh, yeah, okay. So I did get these. All right. I don't think I missed any. If I missed you, just say I missed you. I'll get you at the end. All right. Team Skeptic. We've been live for an hour and a half. I've got a video of a sovereign citizen. It's 3 hearings in a row. Do you want to hang out for a little bit longer, or what are your plans?
Well, to be honest with you, yes, I'll hang out for a little bit longer. You have an amazing chat, and I love them and everything. So not only will I stick around to hang out with them, but this is a video that I already intended on covering to begin with. Tomorrow is when it should come out. So typically, I watch videos before I react to them, so I know what to say and all that. So yeah, this will be my first exposure to this jackass, and I would love to see the whole thing play out. Let's go.
All right. I've got I've got 3 out of his 4 hearings in this video. He's had 4 or 5, but the couple that I missed, I know one of them that I didn't put in was about a 6-minute hearing and nothing happened except for they adjourned. These are the 3 hearings that were exciting. They're all about they're about 10 to 12 minutes apiece. So, but there's 3 hearings here. We're about to have some fun. Also, I grabbed these from my channel, so if they're cut a little weird, edited a little weird, because I went through and I actually edited my voice out, so you don't have to hear me reacting to my own voice. So I
Thank
did do
God.
that. So right, so they might be, there might be a couple weird cuts here and there. Jen, thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out, Jen. You're awesome. Great to see you. Okay, let's get into this guy. The first hearing was back in I think last June. I think the first one is. I don't remember. They're all Judge Webster out of Kansas. So.
Be on the record in Johnson, that is case number 2024 TR 22, State of Kansas versus Danny Johnson, County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state. Mr. Johnson appearing in person and pro se. Your name tag on your uniform says Johnson, so I presume you are Mr. Johnson. Now, sir, if you could get right in front of that microphone, thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can. Sir,
Yes.
you're charged in count 1 with speeding 82 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. That is a traffic infraction. It is not a charge that carries any jail time. It has a scheduled fine. 82 and a 65 is $87, but then there's also 108 court costs. In count 2, you're accused of operating your motor vehicle without proof of insurance. Now, if you had insurance but just couldn't find it, you can get the proof to the county.
Yes. This hearing happened either this past June or August.
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 Yeah.
Okay. So
I looked for him, but I didn't have this hearing. So, but I know that the first 2 are in August. Then there's an October one, and then I think it's October, and then January.
Yeah. The third one happened today. So not the third one. The latest one happened today.
Attorney, and she'll probably dismiss that charge. If in fact it had lapsed or something was happening so that you didn't have insurance on the vehicle at the time being January 4th, 2024, that is a B misdemeanor. The maximum penalties as far as jail time would be 6 months, although probation is usually granted. There is a mandatory minimum fine the court must impose of $300, but it could be as high as $1,000. You do have the right to hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. You can waive your right to counsel and represent yourself. Another option, you might be able to apply for diversion. That is where you apply, and if the county attorney approves you for diversion, you would pay agreed upon fines, costs, get your insurance current, and pay a diversion fee, and she'd dismiss the charges and keep them off your record. If you want to talk about diversion or anything else with your attorney, you certainly will have the opportunity to do that. Your pleas, you have a choice of pleas. You can plead not guilty, and we can set this for trial at a later date. You can plead guilty, admitting the charge, and we would proceed with sentencing. Or you could plead no contest, which is neither admitting nor denying the charges, but you'd still most likely be found guilty, and we'd proceed to sentencing. If you want to look into diversion, we'll enter a not guilty plea to give you time to do that. You can always change your plea, but once you're convicted, pre-trial diversion is off the table. So
probably not eligible for diversion based on his driving record.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to talk to an attorney then and discuss whether or not you have a defense? Or?
No, Your Honor, I would like to request a declaratory judgment due to there is no agreement for my performance under the ending agreement or commission of this court.
Well, I don't need an agreement from you, sir. So if I were...
Well, Your Honor, I simply do not understand the nature and cause of the accusation with regard to the jurisdiction of the venue and nature of this action until the prosecutor properly alleges them there. I cannot enter a plea to the charge until I have the opportunity to raise a meaningful defense on my behalf.
All right, I will then, since you cannot enter a plea today, I will enter a not guilty plea for you and give you time.
I object, Your Honor. I object to you entering a plea to me because I must understand the nature and cause of these accusations. So I do not agree to you entering a plea on my behalf.
Well, your position is taken and I'm still going to do it. I will note your objection for the record, but I'm going to enter a not guilty plea.
Well, I object to you entering a plea on my behalf.
Your objection is noted, and if the time comes, you can appeal that to the Court of Appeals. Now, on the issue of
Your Honor, I would like to ask, who bring these charges against me? I should have the right to question.
All right, we're not going to have this debate right now. I've told you your charges. I've told you the state of Kansas has filed those through its attorney, Jill Gillette. Now,
well, I would like to call the state to the. I would like to call the state to the stand, Your Honor.
We're not doing that.
The state bringing charges against me. Who is it? How did I injure the state?
All right, this is your first appearance. I advise you of your rights. I advise you of your charges and possible.
Your Honor, I object to the proceeding, for I do not know the nature and cause of the proceeding.
I'm entering a not guilty plea. Missy, when is...
I object to you entering a plea on my behalf. I do not grant you that right.
Missy?
You're supposed to act as a trustee.
Sir, you need to stop. You're being in contempt of court. You need to stop, or I'll have the officer assist you in stopping. Missy?
Well, Your Honor, I would like to also bring to you according to USC 12203.
Deputy Miles,
and also Article 3, the judge must operate in good behavior. So therefore, if you're making a threat towards me, then
Deputy,
that's
if he's going to keep being contentious, I'm going to
court.
have you take him into custody on contempt.
Then that would be illegal search and seizures, Your Honor.
Wouldn't you need to go back?
It will.
All right,
It's
Missy.
false imprisonment.
I want you to stop talking, or you can go upstairs to the county jail. Now, do you want to go to jail tonight?
Your Honor, again,
Deputy Miles,
sounds like a yes to
assist
me.
the defendant.
Right. I liked his answer to what did she say? I'm going to hold you in contempt. I'm going to have an officer assist you in keeping whatever she said. And he said, that will be illegal search and seizure. It's like, wait a second. I think you skipped a few steps there.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Oops. I'm usually off by now. My alarm. That's my alarm to tell me to make sure I monetize my live streams.
Oh.
They don't monetize them till after.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the super chat. I don't know if you read that, Skeptic.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. No, hey, I'm sorry. I was letting you address it. Thank you. I didn't realize you were giving me an opportunity to address it. But yeah, I get this message quite a bit, actually. People that say that they were just randomly recommended to them because they watched a flat earth video before and now, and then they hadn't seen anything from me. They get randomly recommended and they're just nonstop following the soft sit movement. Or they say, yeah, my friends at work were talking about something that happened. And I was like, oh yeah, you got to go watch this guy on YouTube. And next thing I know, I got like fucking 50 people at one business that are all watching my videos.
It's awesome though. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. Not complaining at all, for sure.
September 27th at 9 o'clock will be the court date.
September 27th, you said 9 o'clock?
Yes.
9 a.m. You must be back here, sir, in person at the courthouse, or you will be arrested for failure to come to court. Now, that deputy there is going to take you into custody if you cannot control yourself through the remainder of this hearing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just enforcing my right, Your Honor.
All right. So your first right is to have a hearing date, and that is September 27th, 9 a.m. The second
Your Honor, I also have a right to understand the nature of this. I have a right to understand the nature of cause.
If you don't want to listen to me, you can go to jail. Do you want to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
No, I do not. I don't need to hire an attorney, Your Honor.
You want to represent yourself?
I don't need to hire an attorney. I would like for you as the judge, Your Honor, to explain to me the nature and cause of the.
All right, I'm not going to appoint an attorney if you don't want me to. If you want, you said you don't want to hire an attorney. If you want to apply for court appointed, the officers have forms there that you can fill out.
I just want to understand the nature and cause.
If you don't want to fill one out, I'm going to assume you don't want an attorney. And then if you come to court September 27th at 9 a.m., you're going to be representing yourself if you don't hire or apply for court appointed. And so you've got the third issue. Does he have a bond? Looks like you do, because you failed to appear February 27th at your first appearance. So bench warrant was issued, bond was set at $1,000 cash for professional surety. Looks like that was posted. Looks like you made a cash bond of $1,000. Does that sound right? You put up $1,000 cash back in July 12th?
I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of this allegation, Your Honor.
I will continue.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a difficult question right there. The answer is yes.
No, so he needs to understand something, that you're not constitutionally guaranteed the ability to understand the nature of the charges brought against you. You're only constitutionally guaranteed to be informed of the nature of the charges against you. You have been informed of the nature. Your capability of understanding depends on whether you went to law school or not. Clearly, you did not. Okay? That's all I gotta say.
That's fair. That's fair.
Continue your bond unless you get yourself hauled into jail on contempt before you leave. I will continue your bond with the condition that you reappear here in person at September 27th at 9 a.m. So you've got your court date, you've got your bond, and we've talked about your lawyer. Now, you're wearing a U.S. Army uniform with the name Johnson on it. Are you in or have you been in the United States military?
Your Honor, I'm still trying to understand the nature and cause of the allegation, Your Honor.
All right. If you can leave the courthouse now without any further disruption, I will let you do so. But I'm going to have those officers escort you to make sure you do so. So, Ms. Gillette, anything further?
Your Honor, it is your oath to explain the nature and cause of the allegation against me. Are you failing to do that?
All right, you can either walk out the front door with the officers, or you can walk upstairs to the county jail with the officers. The choice is yours. Either leave.
Your Honor, I'm trying to understand.
Or leave disruptively.
I'm not being disruptive. I'm just trying to understand the nature and cause of the charge.
All right, officers, I'm gonna close.
What am I doing? I'm sitting here trying to understand the charge.
If he gives any more grief.
All I'm asking is to understand the charges. This is for the record. You said it's for the record, so I'm trying to understand what am I being charged?
The charges. Goodbye, sir.
I just want to understand the nature and cause of the charges, Your Honor. That's all I ask. It is your oath to give that.
With you. If you tell me what kind of questions you have, I will be happy to answer them. But I've already told you.
Okay. Under what jurisdiction is these charges being brought to me under?
All the
State of
jurisdictions.
Kansas is charging you
All of
with
them.
82 and a 65 and operating in a motor vehicle without liability insurance on January 4th, 2024 in Greenwood County, Kansas. You failed to appear for your first appearance, and a bench warrant was issued, and you were arrested, and you made a bond of $1,000 cash or surety, posting a cash bond. Now you have to go to court, and you have to answer those charges. You can
Your Honor,
have a trial if you like, and the burden will be on the state of Kansas to either prove or disprove. If they can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, you're let go.
Well, I'm still trying to understand under what jurisdiction am I being charged under, Your Honor? That's all I'm trying to understand.
You're being charged under the jurisdiction of the state of Kansas under its criminal law.
But according to the
Yeah, apparently I didn't mute myself on that one. That's in my original commentary back.
It's okay because I'm
5 months ago.
screaming over here on my end. I have myself muted, but chat is being saved so they can enjoy this. But God dog it, this guy's making it fucking easy. I'm gonna clown this dumbass. Like, wow. Chat, have y'all seen this? Does it get better?
Well, the next hearing, his wife is there, and oh man.
Hold on, his what?
His wife.
His wife?
Yeah, his wife goes to court for him in the next hearing.
Wait, hold on. His wife goes to court for him.
Well, they zoom in, and you'll see. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but because I don't want to say too much. But yeah.
Oh yeah, the chat's telling me yes, it gets way better. It gets way better. Okay. No, I'm not. I can't do that, Jedi. I can't unmute because I'm saying some pretty ridiculous shit. So I apologize, but no.
The Constitution, there are only two jurisdictions.
All right, we'll have that on a later date. We'll be at recess, officers. Please escort him one way or the other, depending on his behavior.
But I'm still not understanding what you're charging me with.
Goodbye. We are adjourned.
But if she's the judge, I'm supposed to have clear and concise of what I'm being charged with. I'm not giving y'all a problem. I'm trying to. Well, I'm waiting on this, y'all, to explain.
All right, Missy.
But that's it.
That's our last case on the docket, isn't it?
This is not good.
Yes.
All right.
Oh fuck! He gets arrested.
Yep.
All right.
What?
Miss Gillette, I'll see you.
Oh my god. Okay, stop it right there. I have something to say.
Hold on. No, it's over. It's over. There's like 10 seconds left.
Your Honor, can I please go home? I'll leave.
All right. Well,
can I go home?
I left it up to them. I left it up to you, and then they were to behave accordingly.
Home for the night. Dumbass. God damn.
Can I please go home? Can I please go home?
Why the fuck did she gave you so? That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, look, a lot of I've seen her just throw people in jail immediately. I was like, she gave him a lot of leeway, and I'm gonna assume that she gave him that leeway because he was in his military uniform.
Absolutely. I think it was a respect thing for the uniform.
But it
Not
went too
necessarily
far.
for him, but for the uniform.
Any other person, I'm not gonna say I guarantee she would have done something, but I've seen her react quicker to less. But god damn, I was not expecting that. I thought she said, if you can get up and leave the courthouse, or she said you can leave the courthouse if you can do so without interruptions. I was thinking to myself, I really hope he just keeps interrupting and gets thrown in jail. I completely thought he was going to make it out of the courthouse. This is amazing.
It is. And so this is hearing number 2. Oh, this one's almost, yeah, hold on. I'm not gonna spoil it.
This is
You're
the
gonna love
wife,
this.
the wife hearing.
This is the wife one.
Oh god, yes. I hope she's a Karen.
Oh no, she's more than a Karen. Don't worry.
Oh no. All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm looking for a Johnson. Do I have a Johnson?
Yes, you do. I am
Danny?
here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're not the Johnson I was looking for, but I will take your case up. I have a couple.
Judge
I have a
Webster
Danny
looking for a
Johnson, a Danny Johnson, and Will.
No, that is hilarious. Oh, looking for a Johnson? Oh, you are not the Johnson I'm
She
looking
said,
for.
you're not the Johnson I'm looking for.
The sound bites are just too good.
Oh my god. When she said that, I choked on pieces of my lung and stomach. That's how hard I laughed when she said that. But I have a fucked up mind. I'm sorry, guys, but that was fucking hilarious to me. Go on.
was good.
Let Judge Webster find the Johnson
Find
she
the John-
speaks.
Don't I have her on here? Oh, she's Stasha Carter. Do you go by Johnson also?
Okay, so I'm here for Danny Johnson.
Oh, are you the attorney?
I'm a representative for him.
What does that
And
mean?
that means I'm his wife, and we sent
Okay, are you an
documentation.
attorney?
I'm an attorney, in fact.
Oh, God.
You're not an attorney at law?
No.
Okay. So when
So-
you say
so
you're an
Mr.
attorney, in fact, you're not an attorney, but you're here on his behalf as a citizen. Is that
No,
right?
I'm not a citizen. I'm not a citizen. But let me state for the
Hey,
record,
Hey,
Mr.
ICE out
Johnson
there
is under
fucking
Dr.
people up. Be careful what y'all are saying, sovereign citizens. Y'all wind up in fucking Mexico before you know it. They don't even care where you're from. They just put you in Mexico. So,
I'm not a
you're not a citizen? Oh, we've
Fine.
been waiting for a long time before we could grab one of you guys. Come here. We got him, coach.
They'll be yelling. They'll be the loudest person yelling they're a citizen after
God,
that.
the day an ICE agent picks up a sovereign citizen and deports him to fucking Mexico, I will celebrate. I'll have a very public celebration at a very large venue.
That'll be good. That will be good. It's not going to happen, but it would be funny.
care. He's in recovery. We sent the documentation over to the courts to show that, to show proof of that. We also reserve our rights to any and all reproduction or distributing of videos on social media platform.
There goes that.
We
Sorry.
No,
the irony of her saying that while we're watching her on YouTube. I'm sorry. God, this is going to be an easy video to write. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to make fun of these people, okay? I'm going to make fun of these two people so fucking dirty. All right.
It gets so much better. So much better.
request the matter to be rescheduled at a later time when he can get through his recovery period.
All right, Mr. Johnson failed to appear at his first appearance, February 27, 2024. August 13th, 2024, he appeared. We took formal first appearance. He entered a not guilty plea. Actually, he objected, I think, to just about everything that we did. He was argumentative, disrespectful, interfered with court proceedings. I believe he was,
Your Honor. I think he was
stop.
He was,
you don't have any standing here today, Ms. Carter, because you're not his lawyer. You're not him.
I'm not Ms. Carter. I'm not Miss Carter.
Then why does your screen say Sasha Carter?
That's what it says, but I'm not Miss Carter, and it says
Who are
Sasha.
you? Who are you? Before I disconnect you from these proceedings, because you don't have standing to be here. What's your name?
Well, again, Mr. Johnson is under Dr.
Do you want to tell me your name?
He's here. I've already gave you my name, ma'am. I'm his
Well, then
wife.
say it
I'm
again,
Miss
because I
Johnson.
must have missed it. What's your
Miss
name?
Johnson. Miss Johnson.
What's your first name?
Nicole.
How do you spell that, please?
Nicole.
Oh man, this
Nicole
is so
Johnson.
good.
And you said you're his wife.
She
That's
That's
correct.
thought for a second. She's like, "Oh my god, think back. Address stuff. What are those pictures that I'm supposed to put together that help people know how to spell my name?" Oh, here it is. What a fucking idiot. These are stupid people. Both of them so far. And I cannot wait to see any more of this. Let's go.
That's correct.
His legal wife. Okay. Now, if you'll let me continue, and if you won't, then we'll have to remove you from the proceedings. On August 13th, 2024, he became, as I said, argumentative, disrespectful, and interfered with the court proceedings. I found him in contempt. He was arrested and he was to serve 24 hours in jail. And then, as I recall, the military put a hold on him, and because of whatever reasons, he served more than 24 hours. But he was told to be back here September 27. And on September 27th, there was an issue that he either was or was not receiving medical service. And he wanted a continuance, and we ultimately continued it to today. Now, that's been a month ago.
No, his appearance was not waived. He's actually there. He will come in at the end. Don't worry. We'll get plenty of the Johnson that Judge Webster's looking for.
Hold on, he's there?
Yeah, she's sitting right next to him. You'll see.
Oh my god. No, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And you say he's still under doctor's care and can't be here today, or is that what were you trying to explain there?
What I was expressing, ma'am, is that he was in surgery on the day of the court date. He had
30 days
actual
ago,
surgery.
he was in surgery. Okay.
Correct. The doctor put him under doctor's orders to stay on bed rest. And that's where he's currently residing on bed rest. And we sent in the documentation to the courts and the doctor. The doctor notified the courts that he's not to appear because he can't travel and he can't fly due to his surgery.
And we've made it clear to him that he can appear by Zoom. So I'm going to issue a bench warrant, bond forfeiture.
Hold on one second, ma'am, because he is here. He can hear you, but
Put him on here.
Oh my god.
He's on here, but he's in a recovery bed, ma'am, and it's a violation of his rights, his HIPAA rights to be shown and be broadcasted all across social media as far as
bench warrant, bond forfeiture. No bond.
I'll just wait till you see this, though. It's a violation of his HIPAA rights. She's acting like he's in the hospital. He's in his own fucking bed.
They're not even at a hospital? I thought for sure they were at a hospital
no,
at least.
They're trying to make it look like they are, for sure. She's sitting in front of like that blue, like, I don't know, paper sheet thing, that, curtain, whatever. And then when she puts it on him, he's wearing like this weird ass makeshift hospital gown, and he has a bedpan with him. But if you look around, like it's clearly his bedroom.
Let me see this. Go ahead. I have to see this.
Hold.
Miss Western.
Oh, now do you want to be on here, sir?
Oh my god.
Well, I'm first of all,
are you voluntarily appearing, Mr. Johnson?
That's not a gown.
No, under duress.
Okay, I'm not duressing you at all. You don't have to be here.
Can I speak, please? I just want to let you know I'm on a series of medication that alter my. I'm on a medication that I'm supposed to be on bed rest from my.
It's called fucking paint thinner
for the next 8 weeks, and
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Here's the
Sorry,
thing.
guys, y'all are gonna get that joke tomorrow, by the way.
That's fine. When I first saw this, I thought he actually did have some kind of medical procedure, but after the next clip, I doubt everything. I really feel like this is just some story to get him like extended leave out of the military that doesn't even work. Just wait till you see the third part. It's your mind is going to blow up.
I'm hooked right now. So
following 8 weeks, and then I'm supposed to start my recovery. But I have reached out to the courts. I have had the hospital reach out to the courts in reference to my procedure and my process. I have requested a continuation. I have also sent in letters to request evidence from the case.
Yeah, he sounds exactly the same as he did in the first video. There's no difference in his voice at all. So maybe he was he was in an altered state in the first video too. I have no idea.
To continue the case prior to these procedures that I have not got a response back. So
Certified mail.
I sent it out registered mail that the courts received, I think on the 23rd, in requesting evidence of the case to continue prior to my surgery, but having the surgeon
It's an unforeseen circumstance.
Ma'am, I want you out of the case now. You're not his lawyer. He's talking, he's representing himself. You're out.
The creator made me his wife, and
I will find you in contempt of court.
Ma'am.
Stop talking, Miss Johnson.
Okay.
Now, both of you stop for just a moment. Miss Gillette, you haven't had a chance to say anything on this. Do you wish to be heard?
Because you're acting like the attorney.
I'm acting like the court, and you owe me $50, ma'am, for contempt. And if you have another outburst, it's going to go up, and it will be enforced. $50 direct contempt by Nicole Johnson for her interruption of the proceedings. Ms. Gillette, do you wish to be heard?
Good luck with that.
Ms. Gillette?
Sorry, I was making notes, Your Honor. In this matter, there have been lots of issues with Mr. Johnson. There is a letter here. I don't know if it came directly to my office or through the court. It's through the court because it was filed in the court file of
All right, so when you say through the court, you mean it went to the clerk?
It went to the clerk and was file stamped. There is
may or may not have made its way to my office, but if it has, I haven't seen it for the record. Go ahead, please.
There is a note from September 25th, 24. His other hearing would have been the 27th. Asking he be excused. We've had lots of issues with Mr. Johnson in the past. I am taking into consideration that he has provided a doctor's note and information about that visit.
That was the last hearing. What do you have, if anything, for today from the doctor?
That was received. It was file stamped 9/27. I don't know if he's recovering or not. I can't tell you anything about that. So if he is on medication, Judge, I don't want to have.
No. Well, not the traditional ceiling fans. They might have some kind of ventilation kind of fan type thing, but no, absolutely not one of those fans. Those are like giant dust collectors.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things not right with this. Like that, hospital rooms have electronics everywhere.
Everywhere.
Monitoring you.
Electronics and cabinets.
Stuff everywhere. The beds they do not look like that. The beds are they usually are adjustable because some people have trouble laying all the way flat, and some people they can't turn on their side when they're on the bed, so they have to have their legs kind of crunched up as if they were on the. There's a lot of like none of this makes sense to me, in my uneducated opinion, non-doctor opinion. That's not a hospital room, just guessing, right? But that's not a hospital room.
Anything substantive unless he's not taking pain meds. So I would move it over to November for him to be here, present, and he needs to understand that attorneys can speak for individuals, but not family members unless there's some
You won't be released in November, ma'am.
Ma'am.
$100 fine or for contempt against Miss Johnson. Okay, now, Mr. Carter, you may speak. Yes, sir. Now, if you're
Ma'am, do you even know who you're talking to, ma'am? Because you're calling all these names. Which name? Who are you speaking to?
You told me your name is Nicole Johnson. I'm
correct. So you calling Carter, and I expressed to you that nobody's here is Carter.
Well, don't have to put Carter on your screen if you're not Carter.
Ma'am, we made the point to be here in court today, ma'am.
And
that's under the unforeseen circumstance. He's still
all
here.
Right, I'm going to end this talk. This court is over. Bench warrant, if you don't stop and get out of it. If you don't want this bench warrant, you be out of this conversation and let me communicate with the defendant.
Ma'am,
Mr. Carter doesn't have any control over you.
Anything.
Okay, Mr. Carter, I'm going to have to end this court because the woman won't shut up. I'm going to have to leave a bench warrant. If you can get her to
Judge
shut
Webster.
up and stay out of the conversation.
Oh, Judge Webster, I love it.
This woman will not shut up. Yeah, I agree with. Judge Webster said Carter, and we all heard her say Carter.
Yeah,
it's on the screen. She's just reading what's on the screen. Why are you snapping at her for that? Just stop talking. That was a simple mistake on Judge Webster's part, and
and the truth of the matter, whether Judge Webster made a mistake or not, it's none of that bitch's fucking business or responsibility to care whether Judge Webster made a mistake or not. She has no standing in this hearing whatsoever. Judge Webster is doing her a favor by entertaining all this.
Absolutely. And I think it's because Judge Webster is actually worried that he might be under some pain medicine, so she can't go forward. So she's trying to just get through this hearing, and that lady just won't, as Judge Webster said, she won't shut up. All right, we still have a few minutes left of this. This gets better.
You and I, sir, can have a hearing. Now, okay, how much time do you need this continued, Mr. Carter?
The doctor can send over the information.
Johnson, I'm sorry, Missy, can you get that?
Hey, I'm trying to explain to you. The doctor told me it's going to be 3 to 6 months for my recovery.
3 to 6 months.
I had a T10, T11 procedure. So it's a middle back procedure. Like I said, I haven't even started physical therapy yet.
Do you have an attorney, or would you be willing to take a court-appointed attorney?
As far as the attorney, all I would coming to do is, because I'm on medication, I don't want the court hold anything against me that I may say due to the type of medication I'm on. And two is the fact that I am requesting a continuation. I know y'all saying I've been whatever, but at the end of the day, I'm requesting a continuation at least to late December or January.
All right, we're going to set this over for trial. It'll be for bench trial. And what the doctor told you, you'd be in recovery for how long?
I'll be 3 to 6 months for recovery.
So this is October, November, December, January. I will continue this. Missy, what do we have mid to late January?
January.
They're unethical.
Is that month that is really challenging?
Yeah, but we do have January 31st at 11 available.
All right, January 31st will be your bench trial. Now, did I understand that someone did receive?
Hey, that's today. Weird, right?
Receive something from his doctor?
Very coincidental. Scott, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Family? That whatever that word is. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Today or recently? Ms. Gillette, you were talking about something from a month ago.
What time?
Yes, it was filed September 27th. It said he had surgery.
Yeah,
and it was an
that we
excuse for the
continued
27th.
that hearing based on that letter. We continued it to today. But has anybody seen anything more recently?
No.
I think the wife was reading something that said he couldn't travel, but I don't think it said anything about appearing by Zoom. I think it just said he couldn't travel or appear in that fashion. But that's what we need to make sure come January, that the doctor understands this can all be done by Zoom. And again, Mr. Johnson, would you consider appointment of an attorney to represent you?
Not at this moment, Your Honor. Like I said, I'm on medication.
Well, an attorney could sure, could sure help you navigate through this court system. I understand you wanted to represent yourself, but the attorney could sure help you.
I don't need an attorney at this moment.
All right, we'll document that for the record, Ms. Gillette, in the journal entry, that he still does not want an attorney, that we are continuing this again at the defendant's request for medical reasons to January 31st, 11 a.m. Now that's going to be for bench trial, so keep that in mind. The state will have their witnesses ready, and if you have any witnesses, you'll need to have them ready. Hopefully, you won't be under medications January 31st or in any situation that's going to affect that. But I won't issue the bench warrant. Nicole Johnson does owe me $100, or she owes the court $100. I'm going to give her 10 days to pay that. If she doesn't pay it, then she's going to face more contempt. That payment needs to be paid, Ms. Johnson, to the clerk of the district court. And that is in Eureka, Kansas at 311 North Main. And make sure you put on there contempt for case number GW 2024 TR22. And put on there that it's for payment for direct contempt of Nicole Johnson for continued, well, you won't have to put on there other than for contempt, but I do want the rest of it put in the journal entry, Ms. Gillette.
Well, if somebody tries to defend themselves, it's contempt. Exercise their rights, it's contempt.
Ma'am, you don't have any rights in this hearing today.
I do. I'm not a citizen, ma'am.
I don't care what you consider yourself. You do not have any right to come into any court of law and start interrupting and delaying the procedures and absolutely deliberately and intentionally disobeying what the court instructs you.
Ma'am, I called the county attorney yesterday. I called the clerk yesterday.
I am going to tell you to stop talking one more time before I
know, because you don't want me to express my rights.
This is not your hearing. This is not about you. I really hate to have to send the sheriff to whatever state you're in.
You have not given no lawful consideration to this matter,
Mr. Johnson.
The doctor's care. He has provided all the documentation to show that he's under the doctor's care, ma'am, and you have not given no consideration to that.
You are so fortunate that you're not here in person, or you'd be locked up right now.
Yeah, I am fortunate.
And you'll be locked up if he is not here in person. Mr. Johnson is ordered to appear in person for bench trial January 31st, 11 a.m. Ms. Carter.
Yeah, because you want to retaliate against him, don't you?
Ms. Carter now owes $200 in fines, and I'm disconnecting this call so I don't have to send the Greenwood County Sheriff to whatever state she's in to get her picked up and locked up for contempt. This hearing is adjourned.
Ma'am, every time somebody expresses their lawful rights to defend themselves, you hold them in contempt. Why is that? You are a judge. You are compelled to provide protection for we the people. You acting as an attorney, giving advice to people, bringing people down, and he's in a situation to where he's under doctor's orders. It's a shame that you still wanted him to present himself under the doctor's orders of bed rest and medication before the court.
Put the camera on yourself when you talk to me, Miss Carter
and you
or
can
Miss
put it out
Johnson.
across social media, and you can talk down on them, and you can make money off of it because you go and you spread it, and then you get up all these views.
Put the camera on yourself if you want to tell me off, Miss Johnson.
I can put the camera where I want to. That's my legal right, man.
Yeah, that's not
You
a
are
hospital.
to appear, I will send the orders for you to appear personally because you're going to serve some time for this disrespect. Miss Johnson.
It's disrespect with what you having him
Missy,
doing on camera.
disconnect her. This court hearing is adjourned.
Yeah, disconnect yourself because you're on live.
Okay,
that's
bye.
good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Disconnect yourself. No. That's gonna be one of those warrants that sits out there for years, and she's gonna get pulled over for something dumb, and all of a sudden she's Judge Webster's
Yeah.
like, no, I want her now. Like, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that vacation in Florida. Kansas wants you.
This one's in person though, right? She said he had to be there in person.
Yeah, it was he is due in person today. Don't want to spoil it. Do not want to spoil it. This is the perfect cherry on top for this case, though. And you know what? I will spoil this. It's not over yet. We're gonna get another piece of this. Before we go further, Kimmy, thank you so much for the 9 months. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Also, giant shout out to Shane. Shane, you have awesome content. I think this might be the first time I've seen you on my channel. I don't know, but I see you in Biggin all the time. So, but it's great to see you here, and yeah, your videos are awesome, man. Do you know Shane Skeptic?
No, I've never seen the channel. I'm gonna have to go check him out.
Yeah, he does a body cam. He's a body cam channel. I think mostly body cam. He might do other stuff. I'm not sure.
The simple fact that in his name it says "dumb criminals" makes me intrigued at that point. Okay, I'll watch.
Yeah, he's got a good personality though. He makes funny quips with kind of like you, like where you just like talk shit to the criminals.
Oh,
So
definitely, I can watch that.
yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, anytime, Shane. No, you do have a great channel. All right,
He was
this is
talking
the
to
last
me.
part. Yeah, no, obviously talking to you. I don't know why I had to interrupt that one.
He just out there fucking fishing for attention, bro. I get it.
Obviously.
Small channel like yours, understandable.
I mean, I got you on stream. I gotta soak up all the attention I can get while I can.
I'm just using you as a warm up to start streaming again. So,
You know what? You can. I don't know how to respond to that. I was gonna say my back's already broken from carrying your ass, but that doesn't really make sense. So it wouldn't really work. Yeah, let's just move on. Let's move on. My comeback game is weak, apparently.
well, I'm ready to try to find this Johnson. So let's go.
Just wait. Just wait till you find out. It happens in the first minute. Wait till you find out what's going on. It's
Okay.
It's gold.
That's correct.
All right, let's take up Danny Lewis Johnson will be on the record in 2024 TR22 and 2024 TR541. Paul E. Dean for the state. Danny Johnson, are you present?
He is not present, Your Honor, and I have a note.
I think he's on the phone.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Now that I think about it, Missy, you said he is in.
I got an email.
custody. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I got an email from somebody at Leavenworth.
Yes, he is being held by, he's being currently held for a court martial and is not going to be released until the court martial is completed. Therefore,
Yep.
He's in Leavenworth?
He's in Leavenworth. He's being held for
He's
a
fucked.
court martial for.
man.
He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it in a second. For deserting.
Oh, bro, that's so awesome. Sovereign citizens. The gifts that
that
keeps
is what
on
I-
giving.
So exactly, and that is how. That's why I said during the last hearing, it all kind of makes sense that it always seemed like something was up with their story. There's something not quite right with it. now he's being held for a court martial for deserting.
They wouldn't have held him
So-
for a court martial if he was truly in the hospital. Not for.
Exactly.
They a possibility, of course, but if a service member gets hurt and becomes unconscious, let's say, and it goes into a 3-day coma and nobody has any way of knowing who this guy is or how to get, say it's overseas, well, they'll consider the guy a deserter for sure. But the moment that he shows the fucking hospital and says, oh man, like I got attacked and I've been in a coma for 3 days, they're not going to go, oh, okay, great. Thank you for verifying all this for me. Over here is Leavenworth. We're going to put you here for a few months, and then we're going to court-martial you out. I mean, at that point, you have a doctor's excuse. They're going to look out for you. They're going to make sure you get to that. That's like not showing up to court because you were in the hospital, and you show up. They put out a warrant. You show up. You give them the paperwork, and they go, "Okay, lift the warrant."
Yeah.
So he wasn't in the hospital the whole time. Okay.
Yeah, something fishy about the story.
Thank you,
Kimmy, thank you so
Kimby.
much.
Thank
That
you.
was for you. I don't know why I keep responding.
Tension fishing.
I just keep going.
The last time I come on Colin's channel, guys. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I would ask that we issue bench warrants in both of the cases that are before this court with Danny Johnson, authorizing no bond.
He was ordered to be present in the courthouse today.
I am here.
He is here on the phone.
Well, that's on the phone is not in person at the courthouse, and he is in custody. So I need to issue warrants to keep holds on him. Mr. Johnson, is that you that I'm speaking to?
Yes, I was in the midst, got cleared by the doctor to come back, and when I came back, they apprehended me and said I was a deserter because I waited till the doctor to release me to come back. I was prepared to come there.
Sir, I'd recommend you not to be making statements in regards to pending criminal court martial.
Well, I'm not worried about that, but at the end of the day, like I said,
Well, hold on, please, sir. Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, you and your wife at the last hearing asked that this matter be set for bench trial today, and we are set for bench trial, but then I've also seen you have filed motions for jury trials. I've seen that you've filed a motion to recuse me as the judge, and I show that your wife has filed a motion against me with the judge's disciplinary board. So
I can't answer for what she did or what someone else did, but in reference to myself, I did file those motions, and I also prepared to be at court. Unfortunately for me, like when the doctor cleared me to come back, I came back, and then they said I was a deserter. So
all right. Well, I'm not going to get into your military court.
I'm not asking. I'm just giving you the reason
Okay.
why I'm not
All right.
there.
And I appreciate that. But from the beginning of these proceedings, you've insisted you did not want.
Ned Stark cuts your head off. That's the penalty for it. It's just, Ned Stark will meet you with ice and he'll just cut your head off. Team Skeptic, do you get that reference?
No, Ned Stark. I'm trying to remember the reference. Are you there? Hello. Hey, chat. Is Colin's internet fucking up again, or is it mine?
No, it's my headphones went out. They just randomly.
Okay.
I was in the middle of saying something, and then my headphones just say disconnected. Like, oh, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, now it's not even funny anymore. The cut your head off. That Ned Stark. That's Game of Thrones.
Oh,
But
Game of
now
Thrones. No, I just right before you said that, I was about to say no. Game of Thrones. I do know now. Then I wasn't paying attention. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. I was reading the chat. The question in the chat: what's the penalty for desertion? And when you asked Ned Stark, it didn't hit me until you just said it just now. And had you not said Game of Thrones, I'd have been like, yes, I know that that Broadway play.
Broadway play. All right, that's enough. All right. There's a couple minutes left. Let's finish this one up.
Want an attorney? I think I've even tried to strongly encourage you to consider an attorney, but are you still of the position that you do not want an attorney, that you want to proceed on your own behalf?
So if you just tell me what the fine is previous, I would have paid the fine. You insist that I come to court because normally if there's a traffic violation, then there's a fine attached to that. I was willing to pay the
That my recollection is the last time you and I spoke, at first your wife called in for you and said you couldn't travel and you couldn't take a plane to get back to Kansas because of your back injury, and we continued this for a period of time, and then the last time I found out you were lying there beside her in bed, and you said what you did, that you couldn't fly or travel. And so I said, well, do you want to proceed? And you said you were under too much pain pills and you couldn't, that you didn't know what you were doing. And
I don't
so
mean
no,
to
you.
interrupt you, but I was speaking as August 13th when I came to court in August 13th. You had me on video, and matter of fact, I was actually being confined in Springwood County, and I asked for a fine.
Well, the bottom line, I'm not gonna go back over your case either. But you, the reason we didn't take any pleas last hearing, there were several reasons, but one of which was you said you didn't know what you were doing because you were on pain pills and had been apparently for a couple of months. So, all right. In any event, you're set for bench trial, and you're not here today, and you're going to be in custody. Do you have any idea how long?
No, I do not. That's why I was asking if there's a fine attached to the offense. Can I just pay the fine and?
Hey, pause it right there for a second. Yeah, y'all can look this up. I'm just going off the top of my head, but I've covered a lot of Kansas cases, many of them involving one leg of the traveler's trifecta, which is no insurance. And I'm pretty sure that in Kansas, there's jail time, possible jail time attached to even your first offense in Kansas. So you can't just ask for fines here. You know, you can't just say, well, hey, I'll pay the fine. No big deal. No, there's potential jail time. And by putting your idiot wife on fucking screen, you have probably you could potentially put yourself in a position to have some jail time. If there is some, is there any? I believe there's a small possible jail time with the first offense in Kansas.
Yeah, it's a misdemeanor. So that's why they keep asking for an attorney. I don't know what the misdemeanor.
It's either 3 or 6 months. So.
Yeah, most states it's 3 months. So I don't know. Kansas could be 6 months. I don't know. Yeah. So that's the max he's looking at is probably at least 3 months.
Mama Corpse Maker says, is he in custody? Yeah, he's in Leavenworth. Federal
military
prison. Yeah, military prison.
This guy's a genius. This guy's so good. This is almost as good as Eric Martin. The gift that just keeps on giving. The problem was there was 3 months between hearings. It was 3 months because of his supposed surgery. So the judge pushed it out 3 months. A lot of people forgot this guy. I
can't wait. I can't wait to see the cave woman get arrested. Okay, that hearing is going to be great.
The cave woman.
His wife.
Oh, I don't know why I thought cave woman. I was like, wait, what hearing am I? Yeah, no, it will be good.
I was talking about Eric Martin when I said that.
Yeah, so he's already arrested. Now I'm just completely lost. No, I know what you're saying. No, it will be good when his wife's arrested. She's just gonna be yelling nonstop. Judge Webster. She could. I don't know why.
Yeah, they said 6 months and a year. So I guess that's 6 months for the first one, Class B, and then a year after that, probably. Second
Class
offense,
B 6 months, Class A 1 year. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm relying on the chat there to say that. I'm sure it has jail time. I just don't know exactly how much it is off the top of my head.
All right, there's a minute and a half left of this. Let's let this run out, and then we'll finish it.
My officers are here. I'd renew my motion to issue a bench warrant since he's not here and ready to proceed. We can't even see him, let alone have
Right.
my officers identify him. Therefore, he's
Exactly.
not in that manner ready to proceed. I have two officers here, Cordell and Andrews, who have been patiently waiting. Not that the delay today has been his fault in regards to the earlier docket, but he's not here. He's not ready to proceed. I'd ask for a bench warrant, no bond hold.
All right, Your Honor, I can proceed on the phone.
Well, no, I can't.
Right
I
now.
can't, sir, I can't for the very reasons that counsel just said. I don't even know for a fact I'm talking to Danny Johnson. So, all right, at this point, I am issuing the bond forfeiture, the bench warrant, and a no bond hold. So when you get through with whatever you're going through with the military and the court martial, then we can make arrangements to get you and bring you back here and take care of the motions you filed.
Your Honor, I guess because I was thinking the $1,000 bond that I paid, that could go towards the fines.
All right, Mr.
If you do a forfeiture, then I lose $1,000. It's my intent to be in court.
Well, if you want to get an attorney, you can hire an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply for court-ordered or court-appointed attorney. But until then, bond forfeiture, bench warrant, no bond hold, and we're going to be in recess on both your cases today. So thank you, sir. We'll be in recess.
Yeah, here's the thing about being in military prison or jail right now. He's not getting any time for this case. So the reason Judge Webster put that bench warrant out for him is the second he's released, hopefully, he just gets transferred right to their jail and they don't have to go looking for him.
Yeah,
That's why
typically
judges do that.
before you can get released, they typically do a like a warrant search on you to see if you know way before your release date that you have a warrant and a bond hold, and that when you get done doing your time, they're not releasing you. You're just going to sit there in your cell and wait for, the county or whatever, the state to come pick you up. And then when they get there to pick you up, they're just going to release you right to them. They're going to put you in the back of the car and then drive you to county jail. And then you got to go through whatever punishment you're about to receive for all this, which will probably end up just being fines. Let's be honest. First offense, it would probably just be fines. But he made it so much more. If he wanted to pay the fine, he should have just said, hey, listen, I'm sorry that I did what I did. I am guilty. Please be merciful. Judge Webster's not going to go, yeah, you got to go do 6 months in jail, especially not wearing a military uniform and being active duty. She would have just said, here's the fine. Don't do it again. And he'd have paid the fine and it'd have been over. But he had to buy into his belief. That's why it's scary. These people are scary because they really, really, really believe this. They're willing to go to jail before they're willing to say, yeah, okay, I was wrong. And I'm willing to pay the fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the power of misinformation. That's again another reason why flat Earth is scary. You putting bad information out there it can turn into a disease real quick. And these people, flat Earth, you're not going to get jail time for believing in flat Earth, but you will if you believe in soft sit and you go into in front of a judge spouting this stuff.
Fuck all that. You see that there's been a rash of shootings lately.
Yeah.
Police officers shooting soft sit shooting at police officers. Like this is some crazy shit. These people really just but here's the thing. When a cop goes to pull them out of their car, imagine yourself in the car right now. Okay, if you're listening to this, I want you to truly imagine yourself in the car right now. And 4 men walk up to your car and demand that you get out. Now, you don't know these people. You don't recognize any authority they have. Let's say they're not police officers. Let's just say they're people in construction uniforms. They walk up to your car and they say, get out. What are you going to do? What if they try to take you out? You're going to fight for your property? You're going to try to defend yourself? That's what these sovereign citizens think. They think these people are no different than construction workers walking up to the car with their lights when they pulled over, or some of them don't pull over. And this is why it leads to, the shootings that are going on, the resisting arrest, the assaults on officers. all that stems from a belief that those officers are truly trying to kidnap them. Now, they're stupid people, right? I mean, they're believing this nonsense that makes them want to think that officers are trying to kidnap them. That's stupid. A normal person, whether he's pro-government or not, understands that there is an authority there that police officers are granted, and for reasons that they're granted them. You don't have to agree with police officers to be able to say, yes, I understand there's a reason for police officers. You can even say, I don't like police officers, and still agree that there's a reason for police officers to exist. A lot of people who don't like police officers definitely call the police when their home is getting broken into or someone pulls a gun on them. They still understand, even if they don't like it, that police exist for a reason. Sovereign citizens don't. They think they're construction workers walking up trying to kidnap them, and they fight back. Now, again, I don't want to sensationalize their point of view. Their point of view is crazy. But it exists, and these people are fucking, they're fanatical about it. And this guy's a prime example of what happens. A small example that you can extrapolate from. Murder cases, I covered one, right? Or not a murder, attempted murder case. I covered one. The guy said, Jesus, my lawyer, I'm gonna go sovereign citizen the whole time. 40 years. 40 years. He didn't believe that there was any authority that could argue for him other than Jesus. Well, how'd that work out? Jesus show up? I don't remember seeing him in court. But it's their fanatic belief that drives them to think that that is the way how life works. And that all of us are just stupidly brainwashed by some, I don't know, we all somehow or another, we're brainwashed to believe that laws are in our best interest. We don't have to agree with them. But the general purpose of laws is in the best interest of the public. We all agree that. But they don't. In fact, I have a video. Oh my God. I wish we had more time. There's a Lenka Coloma video. Chat, listen. You know I covered Lenka, right? She just put out her first video in a long time. And in that video, she says that humans exist above the Constitution, so they set their own rights. So she neglects to understand that if I set my own rights, then I could say that I have the right to steal anything from Lenka. How do I not have the right to do that? How is that breaking the law if I go onto her property and take everything that belongs to her and put it in my house and tell her to fuck off and grab a firearm or something and defend my property against her, who doesn't have a firearm, can't defend herself? That's my property now by her own standards. Go watch the video. It's nuts. She's just as crazy as before. I thought she gave up on all of it. I thought she was going to be like, I thought a lot of these soft sits would give up after Trump was elected, because a lot of them began to exist, become state nationals and these offshoots of sovereign citizens when Biden was elected. And they said, not my government, not my government. Oh, the government's de facto government. A lot of these people that became sovereign citizens said, oh, on this date in 1800s, this document expired, and that just made the rest of the government moving forward has all been illegitimate and de facto. Like, these people just, I know I'm ranting, and I'm sorry, I don't want to take over the stream, but I'm passionate about this. And people like Lenka get on there, and they're passionate about it, and they're convincing stupid people to do this, and those people are hurting themselves, they're hurting their families, they're hurting society around them. So that's my rant. Sorry for going off, but I got a lot to say about this shit.
Oh, I know you do, which is why you're entertaining to watch. You're very knowledgeable on the subject. I do have a dumb question though, and
yeah,
I know you're gonna make fun of me. The chat's gonna make fun of me. And then we can just move on. I don't know who Lenka is.
Oh my God, we got to have a talk. Lenka is.
Send me a link. Send me a link. I want to watch this.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite Karen to cover of all of them.
When you brought her up, everyone like a lot of Lenkas in the chat, so the chat knows who she is.
Yeah. You need chat. Let me ask you something. Do y'all want to watch a little bit of Lenka Coloma? If chat wants to watch a little bit of Lenka Coloma, I'll put on a little bit of Lenka. We'll watch a little bit of Lenka. We'll discuss a little bit of Lenka. Maybe dream a little bit about Lenka being deported back to whatever country she came from.
Is this going to be someone that once I see who it is, I'll know? I'll like, oh yeah, I know who it is.
No, you won't know unless you watch my channel. She's obscure.
I mean, I do watch your channel.
Well, I mean, like this is an older sovereign citizen. I covered maybe one court video where she tried to go in and say that all money does not exist and that only silver and gold are the way to pay. So she was trying to pay a fine in all silver. They're like, nah, you gotta pay us in money. Here, let me send you a link. Do you have a downloader or do I need to upload it to
What is it? Just a video on your channel?
No. I'm gonna hold on. I'll just send it to you right now. I'm gonna upload it to my Google Drive. Excuse me.
All right, looks like the show's going on. We're gonna watch a Lenka video.
I know, right?
While you're doing that, Derval, misinformation is your girlfriend. I'm sure she is. Thanks, Derval. I appreciate it. Who's Lenka? Score.
Who's Lenka? The best way to describe Lenka is she is a she's like a first class dumpster trash. She's first class dumpster trash. She immigrated over here, had made $1 million somehow or another. I don't know if she conned somebody. Like I don't know what she did. You know, I'm not saying she came here on a con or anything. Who knows how she came here? I don't. I know that I saw her proclaim that she was a self-made millionaire. So I'm gonna assume that she's telling the truth. But she's a fucking idiot. And the title of her video, One of the People. Oh, I love watching her. She's so stupid.
So is she a YouTuber? She puts out her own videos?
Well, yeah, kind of. She does it on Facebook. And hold on, I'm getting the link for you real quick. She does it on Facebook, but she posts it on YouTube. There you go. But she hasn't posted in like 6-7 months, maybe longer. And she's friends. Did you see the video where they went to the home foreclosure sovereign citizen by the name of Kat Aspinda?
I did not.
So they went, that Lenka was in that video. They were going to Kat's home getting foreclosed. Ha ha ha. And Kat ended up losing that case and everything. She lost her home. It showed the new buyers. Lenka went to the foreclosure sale and protested the foreclosure sale with a bunch of fucking half-wits. That's on my channel, by the way. Y'all will love it if you haven't seen it.
All right. Looks like I have homework to do before the next time.
Oh, yes, that's her. I can't hear, though.
All right. No, I haven't started playing it yet. I was waiting for you to,
okay.
as Judge Webster to say, shut up. Shut your mouth.
Shut up, skeptic. Yeah, come on. Let's watch the Ice Queen of Czechoslovakia.
All right.
And we are live. Look at this. Look at this. We exist again.
Go to about 4 minutes in, because she talks about empowerment and how she hasn't been streaming and now she is. And oh my God, she's been convincing herself. She's an idiot. She gets
How
like
long is
10
this video
views.
that you just sent me?
I don't know. I haven't seen the whole thing.
All right. I just went 4 minutes in.
Hello. Good morning. Grand Rising. What a welcoming.
What a perfect place.
3D reality, to this world filled with this anger and hate and negativity.
She's talking about me.
And so
she hates me.
The way that she said negativity had me concerned with what she was about to say. Did you hear how she pronounced that word?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it with an I instead of an E. It was like, yeah. I was like, whoa.
Lenka was looking at it, and as you can tell, I'm not reporting from jail or anywhere. Lenka thought of it, and she said, poor soul, poor soul. he or she must be really hurting. And so she responded to this message, sounds like you need a hug. Where can we find you? So I like to put this out. This message came from
Go a
number
few more minutes in.
626.
Oh, she's about to
I'm
dox
not
one of her
aware
people that
that
send her a
Lenka hurt
message.
anyone.
She was about to say a phone number?
Yeah,
Jeez.
we perfect jump point again because she
Yeah.
was about to dox one of her viewers.
She
And
almost
then,
got me in
hey,
trouble over
another
that.
thing, so I would pay to be like just one of the lice in her hair, okay, to see the life that she's had, because we have videos of her, and my audience that watches that knows of Lenka was with this guy named Doug who just got out of prison. He said he just got out of prison. He would wear a big ass bandana over his head like a biker and everything. Like, this woman was like went from like Beverly Hills to San Andreas, like to the deserts in San Andreas, and then looks like she's back in Beverly Hills again. So maybe the Doug arc is over. Maybe it's over. But I guarantee you, to just be a single gnat in her home, you would have seen crazy amounts of shit.
Oh, looks like I have homework to do.
That Lenka injured anyone or their rights or their property. So this is actually what propelled me to get on live, and we need to go back on track with doing videos and talking about all these
Scoot up a
exciting
few more
things.
minutes. Sorry,
What
I'm
we've
trying to
been
get to
doing
the point where she says stupid shit, not where she tells everybody about her life over the past 6 months of not doing
Now,
videos.
why is the term republic critical and so
Oh, this is good.
important to you and your family and the ones that you care about? Hopefully that's a lot of people, and hopefully all of the people and all the living beings.
She sounds like she needs a hug.
What makes republic so
From Doug.
exciting is that the power is vested in the people. So in republic, if you are the people, which can be plural and singular, all the power is vested in you. Now think about it. Wow, that's very powerful, right? So if all the power is vested in we, the people, and that's individually, which can be all the people, or me as one of the people, or you as another one of the people, you are the boss.
Somebody does
Okay?
not
You are
understand
the
set theory, okay? Somebody has a very, very bad understanding of set theory. But go ahead.
I just love how she just said people can be singular. It doesn't always have to be plural. Like,
I can be we the people.
Yeah.
When we in itself is both, it talks about more people than just me. When she's, I guess, hey, ABC, she's seeing people. Who knows? Maybe that's what drives her to. But in reality, anybody that focuses and says we the people as many times as she does, and other people that we've seen in this video today, Eric Martin says it too. Anybody that relies on those three words, we the people, sovereign citizen, it's a dead giveaway.
Shane's on my page. That's what I was about to say. I the person.
I the person. Yes, I the person.
Plus, you are the highest authority right under God, your creator, or however you define where you came from, who your creator is. So, this is very, very critical because, you know, a lot of people are struggling with all these bogus charges and lawsuits and whatever they might be dealing with, is because they are not functioning in the right capacity as the people, as one of the people. So think about it. You are the
There's
boss.
another
You
contradiction.
created a company which,
You
by
wouldn't
the
have
way,
to say one of the people if we the people was singular. Fucking idiot. Nor would you have to denote one of many persons that together add up to be the people. You wouldn't have to say, I am one of that set over there, if that set was singular in nature. You would be the only thing in that set. So you're a fucking idiot, Lenka. Please keep talking.
This is entertaining. Please don't stop.
And you are one of the people, you are the creator and the owner of the government.
Oh.
So it's very important to remember the hierarchy. So there is the creator, then is the people, then there is a thing called constitution, then there is the government, then there are the corporations.
I don't think she understands how this works.
Which also
Yeah,
is
that's
the
not
US
how that works,
citizen.
Lenka.
US citizen is a corporation, if you believe it or not.
It's
So
not.
if you are one of the people right under the creator, under God, right? Now we have also the thing called constitution that doesn't give us rights, but it secures some of the rights, not all of the rights. You defined what your rights are. So
Yeah, you hear it?
think about
Listen.
how powerful that really.
You define what your rights are, guys. So I can define that I have the right to steal Lenka's shit. Everything Doug didn't take in the divorce, I can take, Lenka.
Oh, that'd be funny if you just knocked on her door and you're like, I'm taking your shit, and you just play her video to her. Like, no, you said I can define my rights.
I can define my rights.
I wonder what she would do. I would love to see her response to that.
She'd make that
What
face
would
right
be-
there that she's making on
Yeah,
screen right now. Like,
Like-
oh, God damn, you got me on that one.
All right, you can have all my shit.
Look at that dumbass face. God, that's so thumbnail worthy right there. Holy crap. That is the face of stupidity.
Really is that you are above it all. And that's what makes America so amazing and beautiful and wonderful, is that all the power is vested in the people. Republican form
Bless
of
her
government
heart.
Bless her
is
heart.
guaranteed to us, and you have the Constitution. You have the Constitution. And this is also why all the public servants had to do
Raise
this.
your
They
hand
had
if
to
you're
take
stupid.
Oath of office. That's why oath of office is so critical, and you need to hold them to it. And that's a line in the sand that they cannot cross. And if they cross it, then they are stepping outside of their governmental, position.
So let's think of her logic right here, right? Let's think of her logic. Because by her logic, you don't need government officials. There's no need for a government official, because by her logic, government officials who are not serving her are not serving in their capacity and should be held accountable. So the only purpose for a government official at that point is to just serve her and confirm everything for her. At that point, you don't need a government official, because a government official is supposed to be there to govern you, to be able to say, yeah, you want that piece of land right there, but that piece of land is owned by somebody else. There's a governing body, a government official. They don't serve you, Lenka. They serve us. Again, we can say this. They serve we, the people, all of us right here. That's what the purpose of the governing official is. You don't fire the governor because the governor doesn't make the laws that Lenka fucking wants to have.
Yeah, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I feel like that commercial was made for her. You just need to play that 1,000 times. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
She suffers from chili syndrome. You can basically pause it at every point, and she will be making a stupid face.
Since you said the thumbnail thing a minute ago, I've been watching her face, and it's like, oh, this would be so easy to make a thumbnail. It's like she's just very expressive. Her face just never stops moving. Let's say it that way. So yeah.
Their immunity, and now they are carrying risk of their personal liability.
She looks like
Because
she
they are
fucking
no
set the
longer
white balance on her
protected
camera to her teeth.
within that governmental structure.
Oh yeah,
That's why
now that
the
you
oath
say
of
that.
office is
They're
so
the only thing in the
critical.
fucking entire thing that's
And
white.
it's your
That's
tool.
actual
It's
white.
your powerful tool that secures your rights. And so also another really fantastic thing is that, when the founders created the structure, like, they were brilliant, really, really brilliant. And if you really look at the Constitution, how find
Can you pause it
document
for a
that
second?
is. And I know people.
I will always pause it when she's talking about the
Oh.
Constitution.
Yeah, Alana Haler says, "Oh my God, team, manage if her and Chili started talking together. They would have a baby, and
They would definitely have a baby.
that baby would have hooves. Okay, that's like that. That's all I can imagine. I'm not sure which one or both are responsible for the hooves, but that baby's having fucking hooves one way or another.
No, stop. It's just no.
Will say, well, there is this other thing
Doug would
that
be
has
pissed.
happened, and there is this other
You love Doug.
constitution, the
You love
corporate version constitution. Yes, it is. But
Shane.
it had to be created in a way that it would not be controversial to the original, to the organic
Oh my God.
constitution. So
Pause
it
it
was
one more
done
time. I'm
in
sorry, we gotta
very
address
small.
this in the chat. Says is it Lenka de Castro or Chili Coloma? So again, one in the chat if it's Lenka de Castro, or two in the chat if Chili's given up the name to Lenka and it's Chili Coloma. That's a really good one, by the way.
That's so. What was it? One in the chat for Lenka de Castro and two for Chili Coloma.
Chili Coloma, yeah.
I mean, Chili Coloma has a good ring to it, though.
Chili Coloma, yeah. I'm gonna go start a fucking YouTube channel called Chili Coloma. A fucking paint eating tutorial website where I rate different flavors of paint and crayons.
Crayon tastes like purple.
Could
Brought to you by Chili Coloma.
function in parallel. And if you really start looking for the things, to see how it had to be made in harmony, you will be astonished that, for example,
Plot twist.
Article
She's
6,
gonna knock
Section
him
1,
up.
in
I believe
the
it.
corporate constitution,
said that.
the
That's good.
California
That's good.
Constitution, 1879, it says that all the
Shane's
courts
dumb criminals.
in California are courts of record, besides small claims court. So all the courts in California are courts of record. So what does that mean, court of record? Well, there are 4 prerequisites for a court to be court of record. Well, first one, it kind of gives it away. There has to be a record. There has to be a record of all the proceedings. And don't get confused by the minutes they put out. Those are just notes. Those are
notes. The transcripts.
There has to be a record.
The transcripts are not the record. The transcripts are the notes. The record is secret. They hide the record because no court is a court of record because these are all courts of notes.
That makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm on board with this. I'm on board.
I'm cutting my license tonight.
Yeah, we don't need him anymore.
Using my insurance paper to wipe my butthole.
Yeah, don't do that. That's yeah. Toilet paper's still better. That's weird.
I enjoy paper cuts though.
That's a weird thing to say.
What was discussed? What was the issue? And what is the solution? So your filings, your paperwork is actually that creates the record. That's the court of record. This is why when we are working on cases, when we are working on our situations, our paperwork is the record. You are creating court of record. So that's the first prerequisite, the court of record. Second one is it has to have a seal. Court of record has to have a seal. Then the third one, which you will absolutely love, is the proceedings, the court proceedings.
That's all she gets. I mean, she probably has a handful of people that watch her and think she's intelligent.
No, she doesn't.
Right?
No. The Ice Queens of Beverly Hills. That's it. Like a group of about 15 Facebook followers, and everybody else that watches her hate watches her. I love it. You guys are amazing for hate watching her. But yeah, people message me all the time, send me emails. Hey, whatever happened to Lenka? Because like I was like the only person covering her, and she's pure gold for entertainment. She's a right to travel person. She doesn't have a license. She drives around with traveler license plates. She films every interaction with the police. She doesn't believe there's anything that can stop her from going anywhere that she wants to go. Like she's just a fucking a great story to follow. You will feel better about your life watching Lenka.
I already do. I already
Yeah,
do.
right. Me too.
The last like 10 minutes have been very uplifting, and I feel like I can conquer this weekend now.
Have to be according to common law. Common law. Now, what is really common law? If you go back to Magna Carta, you will really find out that that's very simple. It has to be common and make common sense. So one of the most important common sense is if there is a complaint, or in their world, in the legal realm, if there is a complaint, there has to be an injured party. But if you look at all of the filings, all of the complaints, it would say the people of the state of California versus Joe Schmo. Well, who is the people of the California? Is it the whole outfit? Is it all of the millions of people living in?
Yes.
Yeah, it actually is. But you actually elect representatives of your entire state that represent all of those people you just spoke of. That's why you don't have millions of people in the courthouse. You
Right.
have
You have
what?
one. You have one. The prosecutor represents the entirety of all the people of the state of California and the damages that you did upon them. That person is the representative of that jurisdiction that comes forth to bring charges against you and ensure that you pay for your crimes and that you're held accountable for your actions. Yes, that's exactly. You nailed it, Lenka.
Yeah, she's good. I mean, she's on top of it, and that is why when a prosecutor speaks for the people is what they say.
In California, or is it one of the people? And you know that you have the right, it's your constitutionally secured right under your due process that you need to be able to face your accuser. That makes common sense, right? If someone is complaining, if someone is charging you with something, there has to be an injured party. So there has to be someone
The
who goes to
people
court
of the
and
state.
says, yes, you hurt me on such and such a day.
No,
And
not me.
you,
The
you know,
people.
and
they
I
do say
affirm
that.
to this,
The
swear to
officer
it,
that comes and
under penalty
reports.
of perjury.
That's why he has
right?
to be there.
But who is
The-
coming if it's
Oh.
the people of the state?
Sorry,
I'm saying like that's exactly what they do. Everything she's saying that's required is exactly what's done. The people who bring forth the facts are your accusers. They're your witnesses. Those are the people that are bringing they're not the ones who are alleging you did something. They're the ones that are presenting the facts that you did something, accusing you of what you did, of what is being, of the state says these charges are against this person. And then the witness comes up and goes, that's the person. They're accusing you of being the person that's being charged in the allegation. They're saying my eyewitness, the phone calls that I received, the emails that I received, those are the people that are actually accusing you. The person bringing the charges against you is the prosecutor, because the prosecutor represents the state as a whole. Because even though you may have hurt one person, you murder a person, for instance, that person can't be brought against you. How can they testify against you? You murdered them. Well, that's what the people, you actually committed a crime against the people. And the lawyer, he represents the people.
And just taking that a little further, that's exactly why it is not your job as a defendant to prove your innocence. The state or the city have to prove that you're guilty. You can sit up there and not say a word. If they don't prove that you're guilty, then you walk away.
Yes. And I've heard people say, oh, in the Constitution, it actually says witnesses, not accusers. They say accusers. No, it's accusers is used interchangeably with witnesses in that situation. It has for a long time. I've heard lawyers refer to it as accusers. I've heard judges refer to it as accusers. It's an interchangeable word. It's the people that are actually going to be presenting the facts that you did commit the crime, the facts that the jury will hear. Those are your accusers, your witnesses, whatever you want to call them. That's who you have the right to face. Not every single citizen of the fucking city, county, or state.
This
of
is fun.
California. First of all, state of California is a corporation, and the people, it's just to confuse you, to fool you. And then you will have the DA talking, yeah, the people have decided, and it's because of what happened in 1911. But I'm not going to go into that. What is important is
I want you to go into
the
that
record part, right? So we have the common law proceedings, and then what you will really, really love, that in court of record,
you heard how she said that? You will
magistrate
really, really
is
love.
independent from the tribunal. You see, in true court, as the Superior Court of California, Superior Court of New Jersey, Superior Court of New York, Alabama, wherever you are, has to be court of record. So in your court of record, the magistrate or the one who does the judging is not really the judge, but the tribunal. So this is why we say there is no really judge, but it's magistrate, because the magistrate has to be independent from the tribunal. And the tribunal, that's basically the trial by jury, not jury trial, but trial by jury. That's your peers. The people, that's the peerage, that's the people who know you as the so-called defendant, right? So the judge, aka magistrate, does not really make decisions, because then it would be basically that we are in some kind of fascistic reality where one man sits on a bench up there high on a throne, and like a king is basically making decision. You see, so the cards got flipped. You are the king, you are the queen. Why?
No, you are not.
Because you are the
Oh my gosh, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Yeah, we can stop it anywhere. We've been on for over 3 hours now.
Yeah. So this is Lenka. All right.
This is Lenka. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, Colin. I've exposed you. Go get vaccinated, please. Hurry. You have like 24 hours before you catch Coloma-itis. Not HIV, but full blown Coloma. Okay, like don't go get vaccinated now.
Get full blown Coloma. That does sound like a disease you don't want.
I know. Make you look stupid.
All right. It's Jedi just said it's well past my bedtime. I stream for about an hour to an hour 15 minutes every night. So this has been a long one. No, it's been fun.
No, it's my fault.
Friday night. It's Friday night. It's been fun. We got a lot of beer money to send to Chuck.
Yeah. Let's calculate that up and get that to him.
Yeah, I will. If I don't do it tonight, I'm gonna forget. So when we're done, I'll go calculate it and I'll send.
Little does everybody know, my name's Chuck. Really, I'm getting everybody. I made it all up just so I can get some beer money. No, I'm kidding. We'll get that to him.
You need sake money. You don't need beer money. You need sake money.
Oh yeah. So I have a question. For the chat. We got 340 people watching right here. I have a question for you. I want to do travel content. Okay. I'm not talking about stupid. Look, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh man, not another travel guy. No,
this is the Great Wall of China.
Yeah. Hi. Let me show you the 10 best places in Budapest to take you and your entire family. No. I'll go in there. I'll go meet the crazy people that I'm meeting and I'll film it. Whenever I tell my stories, everybody says to me, why don't you make travel content? Like, that is a crazy story. And I'm like, I know, but how crazy would it be if I was trying to film it for content, But would you watch it? That's the question I want to know. Would you watch it? Would you follow me around? I'm going to China in a couple of fucking weeks. I'm going to China. I'm going to be in Tokyo. So I'm going to do Hong Kong in 2 weeks for a week. I'm meeting my Serbian friends I met in Prague from Serbia, a full-blown Karen that I befriended. I converted her from Karenism, and now she's an amazing person. She was always an amazing person, but she did kind of go Karen, full-blown Karen on an airplane.
Uh-oh.
But we became best friends. Well, not best friends, but really close friends. Me, her husband, her, and their 2 kids. I've met the whole family. We've had dinner several times. They had called me and were like, hey, you want to meet us in Hong Kong? And I was like, yeah. So I'm going to go to Hong Kong and go hang out with them. And then I'm going to go to Tokyo and go do some cool shit out in Tokyo. I love taking pictures. Like, you guys have to, if y'all saw my photographs, you would legitimately think that I was a professional photographer. I've got some bangers out there. In fact, can I share my screen here? Can I share one picture that I took? That's a fucking banger. No. You know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to save that for something else. I've got some pictures though. That's what I'm saying. So I can poise it as like we can be interactive with it. You follow me around. We go do cool shit. We take pictures of cool shit. Meet some cool people along the way. Drink a fuck ton of sake, whiskey. Wherever we're at. We can go to Lisbon. So then I'm coming home from Tokyo. I'll be here for 2 weeks. Then I'm going to Dublin for St. Paddy's Day. Got some friends in Dublin that house me every time I go up there. I love those guys and girls. It's a married couple, 2 of them. One of them's a scumbag though. He's an Eagles fan. Got to call him out for being an Eagles fan. Fucking scumbag. So I'm going to go to Dublin, and then I got 2 cities where I'm just going to pick and choose wherever I want to go. And then I'm going to Lisbon because I have this friend that I made in Lisbon. It's his birthday coming up towards the end of March. So I'm going to go out there and party with him for his birthday. Like, this is shit I could be filming and showing you. I always have a good time. And I'm sure you would love it, but are you really into that? Do you just like me for my court content? That's cool. I don't care. Like, I have a great time doing court content. Have a great time live streaming. But would you pay attention and involve yourself and subject yourself to whatever stupidity I'm putting myself through? Does that sound entertaining to you?
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
I know, but I don't want to do it if it's not going to be successful. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, but you travel all the time. You travel with I don't know, I'm not gonna say all your equipment, but you travel with the equipment. Just start making videos, put it out there. Why am I giving you advice?
Yeah,
I'm not
I know,
in a
right?
position to give you
The
advice.
fucking little guy.
I know, right?
I went to Belfast. Somebody said I need to go to Portsmouth, I think. Port Stewart. I'm sorry. I was looking across the thing, but Port Stewart. I went to Belfast recently. Belfast is crazy. They still have a fence in the middle of the city with people on each side that hate each other. It's fucking nuts. The Rangers fucking Celts.
That would make me uncomfortable. I don't know.
I was up there. Hey, I had a good time. Chucky Erlaw. That's how you say it. Chucky Erlaw. Where's my Irish people out there? They know what that means. But anyway, I mean, it would be a good time. Y'all would have fun with me. I have a good time when I do that. So
this is a great question from Lone Wolf. Can you see the screen?
Nobody invited me. I would have gone. It's Antarctica, baby. I'm all over Europe all the time. I'd go to Antarctica.
I know.
So, but yeah, I intend on going to Hong Kong and not getting arrested as a stupid American. I'm going to go to Tokyo and take some pictures in Neon City. Got a lot of shit, man. I'd love to take you guys along on the journey with me, but I just don't know where to start. Like, let's make it interactive. I'll tell you. I'll give you. You challenge me. You challenge me to take a picture of something of 5 different things in a city, and I'll film myself going through the fucking struggles of getting there and taking the picture, and then y'all can rate my pictures and tell me which one sucks the most.
Oh, like Lone Wolf and I already do.
You've seen
Team took over the fantasy football chat with all his travel pictures. So we just started telling him he wasn't actually in Europe. It didn't work. Right. He still sent them.
No, I have a good time while I'm out there. I party and have a good time. Like, y'all would love it.
Yeah, well, I look forward to your first travel video then. When are you leaving? Is it like within a couple weeks or a month or 2?
Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
All right.
And
you better
so,
get all the.
yeah, I've got a bunch of work to be done between this time and then, and I'm going to be working like pretty much nonstop every day. For my Lindsay Dineski stuff, for those of you that are still around for the Karen stuff at the beginning, the videos are going to come out Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday. So this next week you'll have 2 court videos, Monday and Friday, and then we'll have a live stream Wednesday here on this channel, if the schedule works out. Live stream Wednesday, where we cover the totality of the first 3 videos, along with the commentary of the backstory. Things I'm not going to say in my video, because my video is more meant for, telling the story about what's in the video. There's a lot more to it that I can tell you guys about. And Chuck will be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have to be on screen. I mean, but like, he'll be in the chat to confirm or invalidate anything I say. So
hopefully he's drinking some beer. Hopefully he's drinking some beer that night.
Oh yeah. And hey, chat, really, thank you so much, man. Everybody that put in even $1, $2, thank you so much. Like, he's been through a lot. Okay, he's been through a lot. He had a temporary PPO put out on him, ex parte, keeping him from his home. Basically, he was homeless. He didn't have anywhere to go. Ended up going to a friend's house and establishing residency properly so that he could properly file his paperwork that he needed to reverse all the damage that she was doing. And then it was just constant attacks. Her showing up to people's homes and pulling that bullshit. I have a video of her fucking calling the cops on somebody, and that guy shot himself in the face. Hours later, shoots himself in the face. This is what a sovereign citizen will do to you. Gentlemen, just ask the ladies when you take them out on a date, say, what do you think of we the people? If they go, oh my God, I can't believe that you asked me. That's so amazing. Leave them. Women, you go to the man, you look him in his eyes and you say, how you feel about we the people? If he looks at you and gets on one knee, run. Because he's an incel sovereign citizen. He's about to ask you to marry you, and he's going to ruin your fucking life. Run. That's all you have to do. Ask them what they know about we the people. Every sovereign citizen has a lot to say about we the people. I said it so much, I'm actually becoming a fucking sovereign citizen right now. We got to get off, Colin.
Hey,
my sanity depends on it.
That's the way I study, though. When the flat Earth came out, I didn't go to the anti-flat Earth videos. I went to the actual flat Earther videos and I watched them because I want to know why they thought that.
Yeah.
So it only took about 30 seconds to realize that it's just a bunch of bullshit. And then I just went to the other side and had fun making fun of the flat Earthers. But that's how I always do things. I go try to get as much knowledge as I can for just to find out why they believe it, right? Like I can say they're wrong, but I want to know why they believe it, why they think that. Are they just saying this, or do they have actual beliefs behind it?
No, there's a belief behind it. So there's several. It's okay. It's like a gradient. Okay, you have people at the top that are just fully into it, right? Those people are fully into it because there's a divine belief behind their belief. So like sovereign citizens, the people just don't understand what it means to be a sovereign citizen. What's the actual, like, the root of the name, the etymology of sovereign citizens? Sovereign citizens are God's citizens. They behold themselves to God's law, just like we saw with Lenka. That is an actual sovereign citizen right there, by definition. Someone who says the government is invalid and does not apply to them because the only thing that applies to them is the laws of their creator, the 10 commandments in Lenka Coloma's instance. So just like that aspect that drives, I don't want to say normal people because there is no normalcy in that group, but that drives an average person into a sinking pit of despair like that is usually driven by some kind of divine, like, drive. God said, ruin my life. So I ruined my life. Sovereign citizens, same way. God beholds, the only person that I'm beholden to is God. Therefore, the Constitution doesn't mean shit. I don't contract with you. Who do you contract with? God. He's my creator. That's what they say. So that's the drive behind both of those groups is similar.
I believe it. I believe it. Phil, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad we made your day a little bit better.
You rock, Phil.
All right. I think I just have two. Let's see. I got Sparkle. Colin, this has been awesome. Sparkle again. Oh, that's for you. That's not for me. She's here every night.
Oh man, like, hey, I had a blast. So I've been wanting to come back and stream more, but just don't know what I want to talk about, you know? There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but I just don't think people would be that interested. So kind of keep that shit to myself. Yo, Phil, that's a great idea.
There you go. There's your first challenge.
Hey,
He's
you know
not
what?
challenging you with a picture. He's challenging you to put a picture up.
Oh, hold on. Who said that? Who asked that, by the way?
Well, that's
You
super
got to
chat.
verify something. Who? Yeah, what was who? All right, Phil. As I understand it, Phil, that's a fucking challenge. That's a fucking challenge, Phil. Go ahead, put it in the comment section. Was that a challenge, Phil? Dude, are you challenging me? You think I'm scared of a little bit of fucking traditional needlework? Call me a bitch, Phil. Go ahead and get it
There
out.
you go. Phil's too polite to call you a bitch.
We're going, Phil. Me and you. Tattoo in Japan. Traditional.
There you go.
It's gonna be a Lindsay Doneski's face.
This next week is gonna be wild. All right.
Yeah,
On that note, you have any last words before I cut this stream off? And I'm not giving you room to go on another 10-minute tangent or even send me another video.
No tangents. Just want to say I love the chat. They're amazing, and you guys rock. And I also want to say, I'm just kidding. Fuck
Chat, you guys
Colin,
are
let's go.
right. Just chat, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Team, thank you so much for jumping up. Tonight was a lot of fun. It really was. It was one of
Yeah, I had
my
a good
favorite
time.
streams that I've done. Thank you all for the super chats, the gifted memberships, the membership milestones. You guys indeed rock. I am going to go through and I'm going to count up all the Chuck Beer Fund money, and I will be sending that over to Team Skeptic. And the next time we're on, we will talk about how successful it was. So
Yeah, hey, next time we're on, we'll show all the receipts too, because
yeah,
I call people out all the time on doing shit like this and not ensuring that the paper goes to the person it's supposed to go to with evidence for everybody that was kind enough to put money in. So while a lot of people would say fuck it, we don't need that evidence, you're gonna get it, all the screenshots, just to show you that we followed up on our end. Shout out to Chuck, he deserves it. He's been through a lot.
Shout out to Chuck, and so everyone who donates deserves to see the receipts, even if they don't want to. I think it creates a peace of mind.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Hold on, I've been practicing this all day. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. But leave a comment. This is Colin, and I'm out.
Hold on, you forgot you messed up. You got it.
I messed up. What did I miss?
You got okay. You did mess up, but I don't want to do it because you're doing it and you're doing so well and it made me proud. So
I do feel like I missed the line. I do feel like
so let me just do it and then you do it to get out, okay? It goes. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any more of my content. And then you can go ahead and do the whole thing and we'll all sit back and watch you fail.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail because I don't say that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
The chat is calling for it, Colin.
All right, hold on. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. But don't forget to leave a comment and hit the like. No, see, I've already messed it up. Don't forget to leave a comment, hit the subscribe, and turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. This is Colin, and I'm out.
No.
See, I'm not Team Skeptic. You know what I say? I say, all right, that's it. I'm out, and then just click. No, or say like, that's all I got.
No,
You guys
nobody
are
can do
awesome.
it
I'm
like
out.
me. Nobody can do it like me. Later chat.
Oh yeah, I do still have to play the outro though. So see, I couldn't even do it anyways.
I'm notorious for outro fails. I'm rubbing off on you. It's cool.
Yeah. All right. Playing the outro. You guys are awesome. I gotta find my outro actually. I didn't even preload it. All right, now we're up. When it